Hello, all. Welcome to my Sunday evening ramble. And now I will now that I've got everything else done and I can close this off, I will get the link in so that people can come up to the docket. Paste. I used big words. There we go. Okay, so that's done. There we go. So today's ramble is also posted on Facebook to a fan fiction Facebook group, so we may get some new people. Playing the video I sent. Well, you were the one who had your butt on fire that you wanted to get on chatting, so now you're watching a video. Jeez. Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd come on Sunday evening and see what happens. What is Facebook? Something that up until Vance from No Budget Productions suggested a page, I have pretty much ignored for the last year and a half, except to talk to family. But I just figured it would be fun to go on and chat and see who shows up. There's been a lot of streams today, but one more won't hurt. And Sci-Fi Nation and I, well, he was supposed to come up here, but he's watching a video from what I understand. Even though, he's been nagging me for the last 20 minutes to start the stream. So I start the stream and then he's watching a video. Jeez. Epic Beard says, talk to family. That does not sound like fun to me. And JP is, what's up, Buttercup? Staying warm, which means I'm not going outside. And JP will understand that comment. And Sci-Fi Nation says, shh. Yeah. Darn French Newfie. Bloody hell. I think we'll move you up to Winnipeg and put you in St. Boniface. You'll fit right in. JP will get that joke. Nobody else will. Who says I don't care? I don't cater to my to the people in the chat. The Epic Beard says, I make every attempt not to talk to family well, or most humans. Well, yeah. It's I'm not going to listen to it, Sci-Fi Nation. I'm on a live stream. I'll watch it later. You bugged me to go live. Now I'm live. Now you want me to interrupt my live stream and go watch another video. I just finished watching videos. I just got caught up on all the live chats from this morning. I'll watch the darn live stream later. You bugged me and told me that, an hour wasn't long enough for you and you wanted to go on right now. So I come on right now and you're busy off watching some other video. Jeez. Anyway, JP says, oh, please, it's beautiful out. Yeah, right, sure. Define, no. It's bloody gold. That's what it is. My son went out an hour ago. Darn near turned my house into an icebox just opening the front door. Sci-Fi Nation is quoting Bird. Epic Beards, Sci-Fi go shovel the entire downtown already. Sci-Fi Nation, they tried to get me to. I think there's something missing from that sentence. JP, Paul, I don't know. Am I really that tired? RC, I'm French Dude, my last name is Jean Paul. Yeah, yeah. Well, my last name is Knowles, but it doesn't really matter. Besides, if you can't bug the French, who can you bug? And you notice I said it right, JP. Jean Paul, not Jean. Oh, look who finally decided to show up.
Yeah. You gotta cut my music short. See how you're. Yeah, son of a bitch. You're lucky I didn't have no chicken fingers.
JP says, Rambling, I haven't had to plug my car in for the last 2 winters. Yeah, it's actually gotten pretty tame for the last couple of years. We haven't hit that, 3 weeks of minus 55. So, yeah, I guess we can't complain too much.
He's up there in the Celsius.
He's in Winnipeg. He's a fellow Winnipegger.
Yeah, I was up in there in a Winnipegger.
So you be nice.
Okay, he's a Winnipegger. Okay.
Yeah, you be nice.
Okay.
The Epic Beard Rambling Canuck Sci-Fi has to shovel as part of his job, and already 2 inches. Wow, 2 inches is nothing.
They tried to knock on my door, and I told them, fuck off. 2
inches is nothing.
That's exactly, but I told them to fuck off.
You just grab a backpack blower and let her rip.
Well, the funny thing is, I got one of these 4-foot wide shovels up here in my apartment, right? And I told them to fuck off.
But that's doing it the hard way. You just grab a backpack blower.
No, see,
and
now
you just
you're sounding
rip.
now you're sounding like the meth head that my boss doesn't want to leave his business to, which is his daughter.
Okay, I used to do snow removal for a living.
What you don't understand, right, is we live in Michigan here, right?
Uh-huh.
All of our snows ain't soft, blowy snows. Like cocaine is like wet, heavy snow.
Yeah. If you get the proper backpack blower, you don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, well, see, they don't know how to use a backpack blower. And these motherfuckers, no, listen. These motherfuckers run a John Deere after one season. And I got this snowblower in the front of the motherfucker.
That's criminal.
Raise the mower deck up.
That's criminal. You don't mess with a John Deere. Anyway,
I'm just saying, we got little yard lawn John Deere's up here, right? Down here,
hold on. JP says, okay, so the Sunday live streams, are they always religion based? No.
That was a test.
Okay, I was in the middle of a conversation.
Sorry.
You just shush for a second.
You should. Okay, you explain it.
We'll get to you Newfie. Just hold on.
Yeah, Newfie was on my channel, so I was going to explain it. But go ahead, go explain it.
Okay, so once a week, Anti-Trekker has Rational Roundtable. This week, Anti-Trekker, against his better judgment, decided to have it on Sci-Fi Nation's channel. So that's why there was the religious conversation on Sci-Fi Nation's channel earlier.
Now, we're not calling it Rational Roundtable.
No.
We're going to call it the Irrational Rectangle Table.
Well, actually, if we go by what AT posted it as, it's the Irrational Square Table.
The Irrational Square Table? Really? He can't come up with nothing better than that?
Well, that's what he put in his post when he made the quick video sending everybody to your channel.
Oh, son of a bitch. But I can't complain because do you know how many subs I gained today from him?
Probably a butt ton.
For me, it's a butt ton.
Okay, so hold on. Wesley Crusher says greetings, Wesley Crusher. Welcome. Please jump up on the panel and save me from this crazy.
Save him from the French Snoopy.
At least you're admitting it now. Mark Andy says backpack, smack pack, child labor is where it's at. Absolutely.
Rambling,
I have 4 children.
Heard me for the last 30 hours. I'm running with that shit.
Alexander Brooks says hello to Wesley Crusher. JP, hey Wesley Crusher. Val Mike, howdy, folks.
Howdy, folks.
You added way too many S's there, and
No,
I'm way too tired for
howdy,
that.
Folksies. He's like she always says. What, you don't know how to say folksies?
No,
Wow, see?
I speak the English.
Canadian? You're damn Canadian. You don't know how to say folksies.
You don't know how to say 90% of what you try to say anyway.
Exactly, but I know how to say folksies, goddammit.
Okay, so Wesley Crusher, Sci-Fi Nation, it was fun to do that with you guys. I never would have made it on the Rational Roundtable.
No, you wouldn't have. And that's the fun part about it.
About it.
Yeah, I got to put my boots on too. And they don't go bouts either.
JP says, "Can anyone join the stream?" Yes, JP. Anybody can join the stream unless you. Here's my rules.
What's your rule?
Plain and simple.
Wait, did you post this on the Facebook page?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I told you I was going to.
Okay.
Get with the program. Okay.
Did you post it on the Twitter, Roger?
I don't use Twitter.
Okay.
I refuse to use Twitter. So, JP, yes, anyone can come up on the stream. The only things that I ask is you're allowed to bug, because me and Sci-Fi bug each other all the time. No personal attacks, and you're fine. Be respectful, and you're fine. If you're not respectful, then you're gone. That's just, I mean, we can bug each other back and forth, have fun, have a few laughs, but if it gets personal, then I just drop the hammer and everybody goes.
That's kind of like I said something to somebody like that in my stream earlier today.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way I'm going to judge it. You know, anybody is welcome to come up. You know, it's fun. Also, I will put a disclaimer: if we start having like 6 people talking, I will
shut the fuck up.
I will slack off on the chat a little bit. I will try to grab a few here and there. But if we have 6 people talking, it's hard to interrupt. And
by the way, Rambling, if you want me to shut the fuck up.
Not yet.
You tell me, shut the fuck up. You know how it goes.
So basically, all you have to do is I put the link in the chat. You click the link. It'll bring you over to StreamYard. Mute YouTube.
Obviously.
Very important. Well, some people have never done this, Sci-Fi, so just chill.
There are some newbies. So, I was agreeing with you. Chill the fuck out.
You mute YouTube, and then you can join in. Okay, so where are we here? Vile Mike is defending his Southern English. Oh, and then Epic Beard says LOL to Wes. No personal attacks. He's unsubbing. Wesley Crusher Rambling Canuck. Can I be crazy like Alexander?
No. If you're Alexander crazy, you're getting the fuck out. That's all there is to it.
As long as you see, with me, certain things I take personally, and people who are anti-Canadian and pro-separatist, I don't get very happy about. So as long as we get out of politics, we'll be good.
Nothing against you, Rambling, but even though they're Canadians and they don't know they're Timmy Hortons from a fucking Mickey D drive-thru.
Okay, so Val Mike says, "Oh, shut up, you dirty syrup." We don't. I hate maple syrup. You bloody buggers! I hate maple syrup with a passion. Anyway, hockey playing. Yeah, okay, you got me there. And
goddamn hockey.
Yeah, hockey is like
all that goddamn hockey.
It's better than that crazy foosball in the soccer.
Well, yeah, hockey is good, but don't you miss JP? Don't you miss the days of the Goon Squad?
No.
Am I the only person that misses when the big guy would get on the ice and his sole purpose was to?
We got a thing here in Michigan. Yeah, it's called "Hold My Beer and Watch This."
Listen, the only team that ever mattered is Montreal Canadiens.
I just lost so much respect for you.
See, saying "Hold My Beer and Watch This" has so much more respect than that. Just saying.
Montreal.
And
The
both of you
team
sound
that-
like Toronto Maple Leaf fans.
Oh, I hate to make me laughs.
Wesley Crusher lives maple syrup.
No, if we're gonna talk hockey, my teams always have been the Winnipeg Jets when they were here originally.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be.
Just
Go ahead.
let me finish the sentence, sci-fi.
Whoosh.
So my original teams were the Winnipeg Jets when they were here. Then when they left and went to Phoenix, I switched to Colorado because they had Waugh, that Montreal let go.
Colorado.
And then I switched back to the Jets when they came home.
Colorado, really?
Colorado Avalanche, yeah. They had Patrick Waugh, who Montreal let go. Well, actually, he demanded to
Let him
leave.
go.
He demanded to leave.
Bet you can't guess what my team is.
Vancouver. Canucks.
We throw squids on the ice every time.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I guess it could be worse. Could be
the Detroit Red Wings.
Could be,
Arena, the original.
Could be could be worse. It could be the catfish lovers.
No, we ain't from Illinois.
Maple syrup on pizza might be good.
And Rambling.
I hate maple syrup.
Bio Mike's already saying Rambling Canuck. That was a joke. It was a bunch of Canadian stereotypes, and I added the end. You two implying that it was talking about. No, see, you didn't say about, and you didn't say it was. No, you didn't even word it right.
Indeed.
And Epic said something up there earlier. He's trying to get me kicked out of your chattery.
Okay, so what is the chat saying now? Mute sci-fi already, says Epic Beard.
Son of a bitch.
Wesley Crusher, Canadian bacon with maple syrup pizza is the best choice. Well, if you're going to go Canadian bacon, you might as well go Canadian bacon and be done with it.
You might even go buy a fucking pack of ham. It's the same shit.
Dude, bacon is bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon? No, bacon.
Well, that's not
bacon,
true. That's not true.
Yeah.
Back bacon is different.
And Canadian.
You ever had Canadian bacon? It's ham.
What?
Sliced nice and neat.
Bacon for me is the strip.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Okay, you're
Anything
American.
else is fake.
You're American then.
No, I'm not.
You're not an American?
If I was American, where's my guns?
Well, I don't know. Why the fuck you ain't bought none? Or stole some or something.
I can't get none up here.
You're American, are you? Shit.
Wesley Crusher, or while Mike says my hockey team is the Gulls. Ha ha. So we're just gonna loop him into the Vancouver Canucks. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
you
close
can
enough.
be a Canuck. I'll be a Detroit Red Wing. There we go.
Detroit Red Wings haven't been good since the 90s.
Yeah, don't remind me, you dumb son of a bitch. That's why I'm playing until 2019 and 2020. The fuck off my back about it.
Wesley, street hockey's fun until he ended up.
Street hockey's fun.
Dents in people's cars.
Street hockey's fun. You ever took a high stick to a fucking another nigger's head? Holy shit. I'm sorry.
Watch your language.
Sorry. But damn, son.
Wesley Crusher says, send me your charger. I am so not going to comment on that. The Epic Beard Sci-Fi Nation has exceed his streaming rights for a 24-hour period.
I have not.
A band hammer already.
I pay for my stream yards.
How
you doing?
San Diego Gulls may not be NHL, but they are good. Oh, what league are they in? Is that WHL? No, wouldn't be.
WHL's dead.
By the way, not that anyone's gonna ever pay for it, but I have PayPal and Patreon, and I didn't even say it for the last 30 hours that I streamed.
Is that a record or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I think I broke Bird and AT's records both consecutively in one night.
Which record would that be?
Both
How
of
many
them,
son of a bitches per stream or what?
all of them.
Oh, okay.
Length, sons of bitches, the whole nine.
Okay, so you're not sure which league. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure I just
I was talking to Val Mike. Pay attention to the chat.
What, Vile? What?
And Mark Andy agrees with me. Nothing about Detroit has been good since the 90s. Wesley Crusher, send me your Rose Tico and Neelix figures, and I will melt them on live stream. Best choice.
Oi.
But see, if you're gonna do it on live stream, then you might as well, attach them to fireworks and make it interesting.
Yeah,
Well, that might be AHL.
AHL? Yeah, maybe.
Because it can't be the ECHL because that's East Coast Hockey League.
Yeah,
there you go.
Could be the AHL. Actually, I think it is. So they go up against the Ice Caps, and or now they're the Manitoba Goose again, Moose. Yeah,
The Muscus?
it's the Winnipeg Jets
We've
farm
got
team.
We've got the farm team and we've got the Ice Caps.
Did they keep them?
Yeah, it's two separate teams, man.
Oh,
How
okay.
the hell are you gonna call them Ice Caps when it's clearly a White Cap? What the fuck sense does that make?
Well,
Are they still are they still talking about?
And
Are they
them to Winnipeg?
Okay. Are they still talking about moving either the Ice Caps or the Moose up to Thunder Bay?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Ooh, Mexican made fireworks.
Wesley says he can get Mexican made fireworks. Yeah, so can I.
Those are the
Guess
good
what?
ones.
I'll let you light them.
I think we should just hand Sci-Fi a stick of dynamite and tell him it's a firework. It's one of those sparklers.
Put it up. Never mind, I ain't gonna say it. Wouldn't be pretty. The points of light.
Fun to play with.
Nuclear.
Okay, so Wesley Crusher is contradicting himself. 1 minute he says he can, and then he asks Val Mike to get him for him.
Oh, you had noticed.
Yeah.
Patience, Padawan. You might actually learn something if you read the chat there.
I definitely want to move you to St. Boniface.
No idea what you meant there, bud, but okay.
JP does.
Frenchie headquarters in Winnipeg.
Son of a bitch!
We'll move him into the middle of Provencher Bridge. It's got a bathroom.
Is it got the LC pretty close to the trailer park area?
No, we're gonna move you into the middle of a bridge.
Oh hell no! I'm blowing a motherfucker up and run to the other side.
Because they thought it would be a brilliant idea to put
And I'm gonna say
a restaurant in the
light
middle
the
of a bridge.
fuse. When I light the fuse, I'm gonna say, "Hold my beer and watch this." We're gonna do it Martian style.
Why would fireworks be illegal in Baja?
Oh, you don't even understand, son.
Isn't it all desert there?
Oh, you don't even understand, son. The way we do around here, shit.
Anywho.
How you doing, Canuck?
My pain level was pretty high all day, but that's because I stayed on way too long with Sci-Fi Nation, and I sat for too long.
Wait, you were on for what? 6 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
I went 3.5 more.
Yeah, well, my body ended up locked up, so that's why I had to get off when I did, because if I didn't, I wasn't moving.
Oh, that's all right, though.
My knee was starting to swell.
And then I jumped off because Bird said, "Hey, they're gonna cut your stream off." Guess what? Never happened. My stream never got cut off. The whole thing's still online.
Cut off something else.
Yeah, well, we're not Bird's females in this term, so that don't count. Hell, Kruger.
Yeah, you better say that, or you'll get like on the list again.
I was never on the list. Did you see how much he did not even hesitate to see how bad you were lying to him?
I wasn't lying. I stated fact.
Yeah, but he still looked at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? You
Yeah.
damn canuck. Get the fuck out of here.
Not even. Boy. There. JP will get that too.
Ever sick?
Yeah, I know. We'll drop off Sci-Fi Nation in the middle of the paw.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, drop me off here. These, like, fake Canadians talking to each other. Is that all about there, eh? Oh, that ain't how it works.
We'll drop them off in the middle of the paw.
It's all right. I'll just come back here to Central Michigania.
You ain't leaving. We drop you there, you ain't making it out alive, boy.
Why? My truck's right there. Trust me, I'm making it out.
Vile Mike is saying death to Karoga and Turdistan.
It's like to say, if the women don't find you handy.
Because he's trying to be neutral.
If the women don't find you handsome, at least they'll find you handy. And stuff.
Quoting Red Green again.
It's not record appliances.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oy vey. What you gonna do about it?
You know, one of these days we should just go to your stream and like write down every show you quote and every person you quote, because that's like 75% of your show.
Yeah,
Bird of Prey 5.
wait, really?
Copyright infringement 16 times.
You ready to do that to me, there?
Red Green Show, copyright infringement 18 times.
You son of a bitch. You would do it to there, wouldn't you?
Oh, sure I would. Wesley Crusher says, Rambling Canuck, I think I'm Bird's good and bad list. It takes talent to be on both.
That does take talent to be on both.
So does he only like kneecap you then? Instead of
Yeah, what do you get? Like a punch to the nuts or something, there? So, like a punch to the nuts with a spiked baseball bat.
just takes out your kneecaps?
Being on good and bad list has its advantages.
Yeah.
No, just because you got off the list doesn't mean you ain't out of the woods. It just means you're not important.
And Sci-Fi knows all about that.
Shut the fuck. You son of a bitch. Glad I don't talk to you about my fucking Australian show that much.
I don't even want to know.
See? How you doing?
Great, he's quoting Friends now.
Yeah.
No, that was Sylvester Stallone. Thank you very much. Fuck Joey, fucking weird ass hair looking motherfucker ass, gay ass looking son of a bitch from Friends.
Is anybody else trying to process what Sci-Fi just said?
Yeah, Joey's gay. He smokes cigarettes. He wants fags all day in his mouth inside of that little pack that he holds in his hand with a lighter.
So now you're insulting people who smoke cigarettes? You smoke cigarettes. So what are you implying?
But you know what they're called in the UK? They're called fags. That's what cigarettes are called. What? I can't use slang from another country? You're going to censor me for that?
I don't censor nobody. Well, unless they get really annoying.
I could say they're gay too because they're really happy.
Vile Mike says Sci-Fi needs sleep. He's going crazy. That was a short trip, Vile. Epic Beard, I'm 100% sure I'm on AT and Bird's bad list. AT rarely reads my chats. With Bird, most of my 50% comments
50% comments.
80% trolling, so yeah. Wesley Crusher. I can't understand any of you.
Well, that's because you need to come up here to Canadian Dairy. You don't understand what you're saying there, but in Epic, you live 10 miles north of me. Get the fuck out of here.
You know, you say that about 50 times a stream.
Well, he wants to put it out there. He's going to get called out for it. I can't understand you. You live 10 miles north there, but come down here and say to my face that you can't understand me. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
You'll go out and your truck will be up a hill somewhere.
No, because I don't keep it downtown. I keep it well from downtown.
See, Epic Beard, I'll send you the pink spray paint. You just got to find his truck, okay?
Yeah, well, he's got to try to sneak past me as I'm sneaking behind him with my own can of pink spray paint because we have it in the damn hardware store. You dumb son of a bitch. Oh, by the way, I run my own hardware store. The fuck you gonna do?
Wesley Crusher. Out here, we sound like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You sound like Lily and Leela's Awesome Sauce Adventures.
Yeah, I didn't even get that one.
Sorry.
Okay. Since sci-fi is just gonna like trash the stream, I'll leave it to JP for a second because I'm going for my coffee.
JP's.
What, you're leaving it for me?
Bisons. Bisons?
I'm good at sitting here and fucking just listening.
JP's, what is it? Bisons? Bisons? I've seen you in the streams before.
Bison.
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 Is that French?
Yes.
I don't know French.
I don't either.
You got French rice?
Trust me, my name's French, but it doesn't mean I speak it.
Okay. Well, at least we agree on something. All right. Now, you motherfuckers, what do you want to talk about? Let's see what we got going on here. Hold my beer and watch this. Okay, I gotta put the beer in this hand, the muffs in this hand. Let's see what y'all are talking about.
All right, now because I feel like being nice.
Son of a bitch. See, I can't even get left alone for 2 minutes.
No, I'm going to be nice to you, Sci-Fi, because I didn't hear you mention, but then again, I didn't listen to the whole stream, the whole square table, round table, whatever it was this morning, or I didn't hear it mentioned on DJ's stream either. This Saturday, there's going to be a watch party on Sci-Fi Nation's channel. It was kind of concocted at about 3:00 in the morning. And it will be a no-budget production watch party where people from the chat will be able to talk to Vance Major, and give him suggestions on where the crew of that certain episode.
Star Chronicles.
Yeah, okay.
Well, hey, if you're gonna say it great.
Well, it's technically isn't that, but it's a different.
The name of the show is the Constar Chronicles.
Okay.
Name of the ship is the USS Constar.
Yeah. So anyway, they're gonna have a watch party, and Vance Major will be there, and he'll be taking suggestions on where the crew should go next.
And I am going to be setting this live stream up ahead of time. I will be scheduling it tomorrow whilst I'm at work for Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time on Sci-Fi Nation.
Bird of Prey 5 is in the chat. Kapla, Bird of
Bird of
Prey.
Prey 5. I don't even think he heard about that, did he?
And Bird of Prey 5 says, how can people still be streaming?
How?
Because I went to sleep.
Damn, I've been streaming for like 40 hours. How you doing?
Next Sunday, I'm going to have to ignore YouTube completely.
Well, that's okay. We won't be on.
Did it get that bad, Bird?
I think Bird's been on since like 5:00 this morning.
He's been listening to everybody's streams except his own.
I think Bird of Prey 5 has been like on since off and on since 5:00 this morning.
You need to bring Bird into the stream dairy.
I will put in the link again, but he's more than welcome.
Bird, if you don't come up, fuck you.
Bird has been on stream since 5 o'clock this morning. I would understand. It's probably right near his dinner time.
Not the point.
But anyway, so there's your plug, sci-fi. I was even nice and I gave a
Thank
plug.
you, Rambling. I was not expecting that, but thank you, my friend. I thought you were gonna fuck with me.
No. And you still need to send me the bloody link, but I guess I could just copy and paste from Facebook.
When I actually set the stream up, I'll send it to you.
No. For adding to the description.
Oh, right. For Vance Major, yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I got that on my other fucking screen.
And here's Wesley Crusher.
Kapla!
Shut up, Wesley.
Are you hearing echoes from me?
Yeah,
nope, you're good, Bird.
Wesley.
Oh, good. Then I got it working.
Yeah, you're
no
good,
headphones. Done with the headphones. Headphones in 12 hours today. My ears are probably like swamped.
Oh wait, Wesley Amber came in at the same time. Bird, you finally got it working with the headphones. How you doing there, bud?
I had to do is switch it to just my regular microphone.
I'm afraid listening to my like actual Canadian like Newfie sounding sounds.
What?
Yeah, I'll put my headphone in so I won't give an echo.
Don't worry, Bird. Nobody understands what sci-fi says.
I don't even understand what I say half the time either.
Don't feel bad.
You guys aren't getting an echo from me because I'm not using headphones, right?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I am getting ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, liar.
Bird.
Yeah, it's only 10 after 8, Bird.
I don't.
Greetings, friends.
You don't go to bed till 9 o'clock, you son of a bitch.
We've kept Bird up and on the go all day.
He's on my time, Eastern time. No, don't let him fool you. He don't go to bed till 9:30. Don't let him fool you.
Well, if Bird goes to sleep right now, he might wake up for my stream if I get home and stream.
I haven't been to bed since I came home from work Friday night.
You people should go to sleep. Everybody should go to sleep.
I did already.
What you talking about?
I got my 4 hours sleep.
But Bird, it's not my bedtime yet.
I consumed enough alcohol. I'm good. Besides, I have to shovel tomorrow. Fuck that shit.
I still have 4 more hours of work.
Who's working for Wesley?
Yeah.
You're West Coast. You're California. Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
You're in hippie land.
Well, there's like Joseph and people from Europe.
JP's. I haven't been on with you before, JP's.
No, I haven't.
Bird, have you heard of somebody called Loquacious?
Loquacious. Yeah, Loquacious have been around for a long
time. He was on my stream today.
Oh, cool.
Very nice, very intelligent person.
I think they're usually on, like, I see them on, I think, Doomcock streams.
Yeah, he was on my stream today. I mean, Undertaker put a little dig out on his channel saying, hey, we're going to do the irrational rectangle table, or what the fuck he called it. On sci-fi.
Hey, that was a bit of fun this morning.
Is it Loquacious Primate?
Yes.
Yes, definitely heard that name many a times.
And he waited for Undertaker to get off before he even came up to the stream. I was like, okay, who is you? I don't know who the fuck he is.
He's been around for ages.
Yeah, he's
Sci-Fi Nation's got like 50 extra subscribers today.
Dude, no, I got like 20-some subscribers today, but still. Wow.
I got up to my channel's finally up to 69, so I only need
40, you can't turn around no more.
41 more, and I can bug Bird to add me to the certified nerds.
Dude, I'm telling you, just a little shout outs and doing little stuff like that. I did that just for shits and giggles, right? And having been around AT long enough and proved myself, as far as I think. And he actually agreed to it. He said, "Okay, Sci-Fi, let's come over to your channel." And then Mrs. Sci-Fi bugged me halfway through the goddamn questioning process, so I lost track of all the questions.
Josh Street says down with the French Newfie, and Val Mike says he's at 116. Congrats, Val Mike.
Now, Val, you got a way to go. You'll catch up soon, bud.
Vile. Who else was I gonna put on?
Vile and
Nerve
Rock
with
Solid.
you?
Rock Solid.
Rock Solid's not on already?
No.
I haven't seen
Is
that.
that possible?
And he's got like 2,000 subs.
Rock Solid's at 8,500 subs.
Is he really that high now?
Yeah, he's super high.
Damn, cut his.
Wow. Well, Rock Solid makes some really good game videos. He's got a good stick.
He makes good gaming hardware videos, not actual gaming videos.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is Rock Solid. Rock Solid's not on.
Yeah.
So I gotta add Rock Solid and Vile.
Yeah, because
tomorrow.
you said you like to do them in twos, don't you?
What?
You like to do them in twos.
Well, it's easier if I do them in twos because when I add the custom icons, it's just easier to do that in pairs.
Oh yeah.
It's not necessary, but it's easier.
So it's 8:17 p.m. our time, Bird. What's Mama Prairie doing?
Mama Prey just got out of the shower.
Is she decent? Can she come and tell a Mama Prairie story?
I don't know.
Give me a minute.
She says, give her a minute.
Okay, now I will say this in advance. When Mamo Prey comes on, everybody be respectful and nobody cut off Mamo Prey.
Oh yeah, of course. That's like a rule.
That's a law, not a rule.
Oh, it's a law. Okay, it's a law.
Rambling Canuck, we need to give you a badge of honor for this because you're going to have a Mamo Prey story on your frickin' channel.
God.
Well, it looks like Mama Prey is probably getting set up.
She's doing what she needs to do. So in the meantime, Bird, got any New Yorker City stories for us?
The New Yorker story, huh?
Yeah, why not, bud? Besides Sassy Birkin.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, Mama Prey. They give you as much time as you need.
Oh yeah, all the time in the world, Mamo Prey.
Mamo Prey Sci-Fi Nation says, take all the time you need, Mama. We got you covered.
How long has this stream been going?
This is another stream that just started maybe an hour ago.
Okay.
This is Remlin Canuck
42
Street,
minutes.
but Sci-Fi Nation does it. Damn it, Sassy, don't get my dog barking.
Oh, Sassy's barking.
Oh, wait a minute. He's in the other room. She's okay.
I'll hop out if we're gonna have a Mama Price story.
Well, you ain't gotta pop out. Why you gotta pop out?
So okay, so here's a New York story. Man,
Cold pizza?
I was driving. Oh, what's up, Sassy?
Somebody
What is
outside?
outside?
We're getting a sassy story too.
What the sassies of war?
Yeah, Sassy, they're talking to you. Sassy's upset because Mama Prey went outside and there's other dogs passing, so she thinks Mama Prey's gonna
Why
the
is
other
Sassy
dog.
up here?
I can't get Sassy up
That's
here.
her job. That's why she's pissed off. It's like, I ought to be out there with Mama Prey protecting the house.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she wants to do.
Okay, let's let Bird tell his story.
So I was driving my second Jeep. It was a black Jeep Grand Cherokee. I was driving it down. This was when Mama Prey had a store that was in not the nicest part of Queens, and I was driving it down this big kind of industrial avenue, and
That's
all
okay,
of a
Bird.
sudden,
We don't want the Seinfeld New Yorker stories. We want the down and dirty.
Hey, let
All of
Bird
a
talk.
sudden, like something happened. Jeep. It felt like I hit a rock. And I was like, "Holy shit!" I was just driving down the middle of the street. Like, what the hell could it be?
What
Like,
street were you on?
I pulled over. I looked around. Like, the Jeep looked fine. Whatever. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go. I mean, there was still traffic going like
I
crazy.
just want to know what street you was on.
What street I was on?
Yeah.
Linden Boulevard.
What? Wait.
That help you?
No, not really, because it likes numbers and.
Hey, let him talk. Sci-fi.
Point is, it's this major avenue street. Anyway, so I was like, I didn't understand what happened to my Jeep. And so I got home. Everything was fine. The next day, everything seemed fine. I went out to my friend's house in Long Island. I parked across the street. I went into their house, and I was looking at my Jeep, admiring it through the window. And I was like, yeah, something looks different about my Jeep. And I go out, and I'm looking, like, what's different? And I look around the far side, the passenger side, because I was looking at the driver's side through the window. And I looked, and I was like, son of a bitch. The entire step, like there was a, I forget what to call it, like a guardrail or something you would step on to get up into the Jeep if you were short. Yeah, it was a step welded in. It was gone. It had just fallen off in the middle of Linden Boulevard. It must have been what I hit the day before.
Son of a bitch.
It was just completely gone. So I only had the step bar now on my passenger side and nothing on my driver's side.
That sucks.
And it's probably stayed in the middle of Linden Boulevard for, I don't know, a week. God knows.
A week? Yeah, I give it 7 pounds one effort.
Yeah, but that's what happens. You drive in New York City, a part of your car falls off, you just leave it and you keep going.
Is that normal, Bird, for Jeeps just to fall apart like that?
Well, to be honest, to be fair, this wasn't a part made by Jeep. This was a third-party part that somebody had welded on or bolted on, and it just in holes.
Was it made by Chrysler Daimler?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a Mopar part. It was like a third-party step.
Well, here comes the Jeep excuses.
I want to talk on you.
Yeah, Mamo Praise here.
Okay, everybody
Mama
be
Pray.
respectful.
Hi,
Welcome,
guys.
Welcome, Mama Pray.
Mama Pray. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for asking for me. I'm always happy to be here if I am not in the middle of something. But anyway, I heard you say a New York story as I was thinking, and I have 2 short stories. It's late at night, so I guess I can do.
You're live and uncensored. You can say whatever you want to.
Okay. Well, I was 17 years old, and I really wasn't terrible looking. And one day I'll let Joe show a picture of me at 17. But anyway, I was working on Wall Street in, what was it? A stock brokerage house, but the back office. And it was a tremendous room. And they did accounts by numbers. And it was lunchtime, but I didn't go out that day. I stayed in, and the phone was ringing, and I said, let me pick it up. And there must have been 50 desks in this big room. And I picked up the phone, and the first 2 numbers of an account number gave the city. And each agent that was sitting at a desk, they had their own cities and their account numbers. So I picked up the phone, and whoever it was telling me they had an issue and needed to speak to someone right away. And I said, gee, it is lunch hour, but a few of the people are still here. Let me see if the person that's here, can help you. Well, I'm standing in the middle of not even the middle, the front, so to speak, of this gigantic room. Understand, most of the people at the desk those days were male, if not all. There were a few females, but we had different positions. So I stand up, and there were really no intercom. I mean, you could buzz them, but I didn't know who to buzz. So I picked up the phone and I listened, and then I stood in the middle of this room and yelled, "Who does 69?"
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah, I did. Well, I wanted the floor to open up and just take me away. I never lived that down as long as I worked for that company.
Mom, what is that? Who got 69?
I got a better one for you coming up, though.
Okay, you let it go there, Momo Pre 5. The floor is yours. Anybody who interrupts you, I'll mute them.
Hey, I waited till you was done.
I mute myself.
I don't even want to tell you the answers I got. And oh, God, it was terrible. But anyway, a few years later, I was looking for a job again. I had left Wall Street because my father got sick and I was helping him. He owned a bar. And I was trying to work Wall Street and then go help him at the bar at night. And it didn't work out. I couldn't get up in the morning. I wound up leaving the job before I got fired. But a little while later, I was looking for a job again. And I said, well, let me try something other than Wall Street. I was already dating Dado Prey. And back then, you just, opened the newspaper and looked in the classified ads. And I saw a waitress in a steakhouse. I said, gee, that would be different. And waitresses make good tips. Let me try that. And I called this number. And it said a steakhouse in Brooklyn, which is where we lived at the time. And the only steakhouses I could think of were, decent restaurants in good neighborhoods. So I thought this would be good. I made an appointment, and then the man says to me, well, the boss owns a few places, so you won't be interviewing at the steakhouse. You'll be interviewing in one of his places in Manhattan. And he gave me the address. Now, think back, this was early 70s. Times Square was not a place you wanted to walk. It wasn't like it is today. If anybody's been to Times Square in the last, I don't know,
20 years. Yeah, you don't go there for fucking New Year's.
It was bad. But the address he gave me to go interview for this waitress position was 777 7th Avenue. I get there. Oh, so Dado Prey says, no, you're not going to go by train. I'll drive you. But there's nowhere to park. So he just pulls up at the curb. And I look at this place. It is a topless bar. And I really was hesitant. And I walk in, and I'm all dressed for an interview. I didn't look bad. In fact, I remember having, what the heck, some kind of, wasn't a fake fur coat, but it was a fox jacket. That's what we wore back then in New York, thinking everything was, we looked great. But anyway, I go in by myself, and I see that now normally on a bar, the back bar has liquor. No, this was a platform behind the bar, and there were about 3 or 4 topless girls dancing. The barmaids there were fully clothed. So I go in, and the manager comes over, the guy I had spoken to on the phone, and he says, oh, the boss didn't get here yet. He said he'd be about a half hour. So I said, all right, well, I've got somebody waiting out in the car. I'll, just go out and I'll come back in a half hour. He says, no. If it's a girlfriend, bring her in. If it's a boyfriend, send him home.
Oh, damn.
Well, wait, stupid me. I still want this job, right? I said, no, it's okay. I'll be back in a few minutes. I go back in, and the first thing the guy says to me, oh, okay, let me take your jacket. And he takes my jacket and he says, here, just sit and have a drink. He'll be out in a few minutes. Now he made it sound like he was there. So I sit and I wait. And while I'm waiting, I'm watching. The barmaids are rotating. They're coming out from behind the bar and they are actually soliciting customers. Well, I waited, I don't know, another 20 minutes, half hour, and I said to the manager, I've changed my mind. Could I, just have my jacket? Oh, no, it'll only be another minute. In fact, I can talk to you. And I said to him, there is no steakhouse in Brooklyn, is there? He said, no, but you catch on quick. You could work here as a barmaid. I said, I don't really think I'm interested in that, but I still wanted my jacket. So anyway, after conversation back and forth, the only way I was getting my jacket, I said, fine, I'll be here tomorrow night. And I got my jacket back. So that was the time I got hired as a hooker.
You got hired as a hooker?
Obviously, I never went back.
Okay, just making sure, Mama.
Did Bird go back later and that place no longer exists?
Well, I'm sure that place doesn't exist anymore. They cleaned all that whole area up and got rid of those type of establishments.
Mama Pray, I'm glad you have enough sense to realize that ain't right.
That was the youngest picture I have of Mama Pray. That's not a baby.
Oh, and I look terrible in it.
You do not.
I was about 22.
I see the one he usually puts up where you're in the gray t-shirt, but
the FedEx.
Mama Pray, you for 4'11", you could kick somebody's arse if you wanted to.
And now you know why you don't want to end up on Mama Pray's list.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, what happened to Bird?
Uh-oh. Did we lose the bird?
We lost the bird.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Bird.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I don't know what happened to Bird.
It's your stream.
Yeah, he just, vanished.
You guys scared her away.
Yeah, dang Canucks.
It's all your fault, Sci-Fi.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I fell out. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was my
no problem.
I closed the wrong tab.
It's all Bird of Prey 5's fault. Well,
we do need to
hold on.
extend a big thank you to Mama Prey and
that's what I was about to do, you putz. Thank you, Mama Prey, for coming on. I think what we do need, though, is a Bird of Prey 5 as a kid story.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys were around. I've told this story before. He was about 8 years old, and we came home from shopping, and I carried packages in, and he was going to stay outside and play with. There were a lot of kids on our block then. And I realized after I came in the house that I didn't, well, I'll tell you, I knocked on the window and got his attention and I yelled,
I think they heard this.
Joe, lock the car. Now, it was a pretty small car, a Ford Escort, I think it was, back in an 81. And this was maybe 85, 86. Next thing I know, I look out the window and he's standing on the curb with his hands on the roof of the car and he's rocking it back and forth. I said, what are you doing? I'm rocking the car like you told me to.
Wow, Bird.
Yes, we have heard that one, but it's always good when you tell it,
I
Ray.
thought you had to rock a car every so often to like keep the springs lubricated or something. I was like, okay, I'll rock the car. I was like, I thought I was doing like chores, doing the annual car rocking.
I'm sure there are.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure there are other stories. As I think of them, I'll make a note so that when they come to mind when the time is right. But
Sounds good, Mama Pray. And thank you very much for coming on my channel. You are always welcome.
oh,
Yep.
thank you so much for always welcoming me. I
Shit,
appreciate
I
it.
do have one question for Bird and for Mama Prey, if she doesn't mind.
He's
Mama,
got it.
You know what I'm dealing with. Do you mind if I talk with you sometime about how you dealing with stuff? I mean, because I know you deal with Bird, and thank God you do, because he's such a great guy. But I'm dealing with the same stuff with Mrs. Sci-Fi.
I know you are. And I gladly talk anytime. Let Bird set up a way that we can talk. Any questions, anything you want it public or private, I'll gladly help out in any way I can, mentally, physically, any kind of questions.
It's just daily life type stuff, how you deal with stuff, that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a daily life type stuff, how you deal with stuff type.
Yeah, it's that would be a long conversation. I'll tell you one thing. I have taken care of more people than just Bird. He is his attitude makes it easy for me. Like when Dado Prey got sick, there were times he wasn't he was a very easygoing guy. But like towards the end, he got obnoxious, I guess, sometimes.
I get it.
But Bird never does. He'll get sad, and the only thing that really, really gets to me is when I think he's getting sick. If he's running a fever and he's got to take antibiotic, I just think of the worst. And that's no good. But
I don't mean to make you think about that.
No. But if you want to talk anytime, Sci-Fi, we'll set something up.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, do you do Discord, Sci-Fi, or Skype, or what's your?
No, I don't do any of that stuff.
Facebook Messenger would probably be easy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My mom can do Facebook. Could also just do an unlisted stream or something.
Well,
that could
on something like this.
Yeah, I paid for StreamYards at least till the 24th of next month.
Yeah, so you have unlimited time if you're not streaming. You could do an unlisted or private stream, or if you want to do it public, you do it public. I don't care.
Well, if Mama Prays up to it, I mean, if I have the time, yeah, absolutely.
Whatever time is good for you, we can work around it.
Because one of my jobs used to be working with mentally disabled and developmentally disabled people, but I never thought I'd be taking care of somebody in that situation. It's fuck.
Yeah.
But I do want to say once again, thank you to Mama Pray 5 for coming on my little channel, and it's always good to hear your stories, and we thank you for taking care of Bird, who makes us smile every day, and even though we all give him a whole bunch of hell, he still smiles through it and makes us laugh.
Yeah, why
he's always a good sport.
Thank you, Ramble.
We didn't hear you snoring.
Now.
Nobody heard me snoring. I wasn't snoring.
He doesn't snore. The what do you call that? The CPAP mask covers everything, but he didn't have it on when he fell asleep. Thank you, guys.
We love you. We love you too, Mama Bray.
I love you guys. And I know a lot of you were going through your own hell. Just, smile and make the best of it is my only real advice at
Wesley
the moment.
wants me to tell you you look like his girlfriend.
Really?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Well, thank you so much, Momo Pray 5, for coming on the channel.
Thank you so much, Mama Bray.
And we
And
thank you for everything you do.
I got to mute for a minute because I got a Jaloja.
You're welcome, guys. I'm walking away.
Okay.
Thank you, Mama Bray.
Okay, so now we've had, the most sane person and the most intelligent conversation we're going to have this evening.
So that's a bunch of honest channel.
Well, yeah, I'm well aware of that. To have Mama Pray on is awesome. Mama Pray is awesome.
Well,
And we do thank her for, putting up with Bird and keeping him going so that he can keep us laughing as much as we give him hell.
You know what? I think if we didn't, who the fuck would? And what the fuck would he have to look forward to every day?
Although I still think you're on a list there, Sci-Fi.
I am not on a list. I am not on any list. I don't think I am. If I am, she can contact me.
Well, I know you're on DJ's list.
Fuck that furry. D. Jody ain't got nothing on me.
He gonna whoop your butt. Keep calling him D. Jody. Gonna run you over with his tractor.
I don't want to run a tractor.
He's gonna run you over with his tractor. So, JP, how are you? You haven't said much, so.
That's because I'm a listener. And if there's shit I don't friggin' know about, I don't talk about it.
Then don't talk about it.
Oh, Sci-Fi did that. He'd never talk.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so let's get to some of the chat. We'll just kind of catch up. Val Mike says Epic Beard says Epic Beard. I can speak English, I swear. Epic Beard says thanks, Mama Pray. Always enjoy the stories. Val Mike, I go through my own hell sometimes, but then I leave the stream. That's only on an insomnia stream, because then we're too tired and I don't have enough coffee and things go sideways. Epic Beard, LOL Val, happens to me on AT streams often. Epic Beard says every time Sci-Fi Newfie is in the stream. Josh Street DJ's list is to turn his enemies into furries. Well, you better watch out, Sci-Fi. Epic Beard says stream. There. Skipped a bunch, but that's okay. And I do want to thank everyone that jumped on. I know that there's been a lot of streams, including mine and Sci-Fi's that went for what was it, 6 hours before I locked up and had to get off.
I had a 9.5-hour stream and whatever it was for the irrational rectangle table or whatever.
4.5, I think. Well, I ended up having to leave because my leg was starting to lock up and so was my back. So
before you left, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 5.5 hours or something like that.
CBD oil will fix that.
I wish, but unfortunately, no.
What do you mean you wish?
I wish it would help my back not lock up. That'd be nice.
You were able to stand up after that stream this morning?
Yeah, I still had to swear a lot, and then I was basically in bed all day, so I didn't get to the rational round table, or I didn't catch the. I only caught DJ stream, but I was just listening because I really wasn't moving around. So,
how much longer are you gonna be on this stream? Because I'm gonna share in a personal message.
I'm gonna be on in a little while. I'm gonna be on for a bit. Probably go for a little bit more.
Cool.
Just asking.
So Sci-Fi's big stream is Saturday.
Yes, the 15th. That is my big stream. I'm gonna set up a what do you call it? A look forward to stream for 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be me,
5
Vance
minutes
Peter
sleep
from
at
No
10.
Budget Productions, and it's my birthday bash stream because Sunday is my birthday.
Somebody's got to do a Friday Valentine's Day stream.
Well, I ain't gonna be me because son of a bitch, I ain't got that much money. I can only afford one birthday at a time.
I think we should leave that to you, Bert.
Going through my stuff for taxes, and I remembered, but I saw the line item for last year when I ordered a Valentine's Day present for one of the girls on YouTube who was we were in a YouTube relationship, but then it kind of fell apart right after Valentine's Day. Actually, on Valentine's Day, it fell apart.
Oh, that's shitty.
Yeah.
Well, that's no good.
And then apparently she had banned Captain Redneck from my chat, and I didn't know for another like 4 months.
But
Oh
then-
yeah, okay, I remember that.
You got banned. You're worried about me, and you got banned.
Well, she really hated Captain Redneck, and I didn't know that mods had the power to hide people like permanently from the channel.
Oh, geez.
I still didn't know that at the time, but she did. So she had hid him completely from my channel. And it was like months later, Captain Redneck's like, I can't, whenever I'm on your channel, nobody sees me. I was like, I don't know, I never did anything. And then DJ's like, better check. And sure enough, there it was. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Well, for Valentine's Day, you should do a Mamo Pray stream.
A Mamo Pray stream on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Why not?
Wh-
Why not have a Mamo Pray stream?
If Mamo Pray wants to stream, she could stream. I
She
mean,
has her own channel. Why wouldn't you want her to try her own stream?
she could stream if she wants to. I'm not stopping
She
her.
has her own channel because you kind of forced her to.
I have no idea how to use it.
Oh, all you gotta do is log into it with your Google account.
Well, just have Bird set everything up, and on Valentine's Day we could have a Mamo Pray stream, and it'll be the most watched thing on YouTube.
It probably would be too, because I'll be promoting the shit out of that.
It would be the most watched thing on YouTube.
I would really hope other people have other things to do on Valentine's Day.
Not really. I mean, I got Mrs. Sci-Fi here. I got a little one here. I want to hear some Mamo Purr tales on Valentine's Day. And I hope you get some chocolates and some bunnies and whatever the hell else your son Bird of Prey can afford for you.
We
Steak
have
and
an
lobster.
abundance of chocolates as it is.
I'm
Steak and
laughing.
lobster. Steak and lobster for Mamo Pray.
There you go. Get her some takeout for some goddamn good dinner, Bird.
Steak and lobster.
Well, we'll think about the stream. I don't know if I have enough stories left.
You got more than enough stories, Mumble.
Can't get all the stories go in one night.
Let's be honest. Mamo Pray could sit and talk about the weather, and it would break YouTube because you'd have everybody watching that channel.
Shit, Mama Bird could tell us what the weather was, and it'd have us in tears.
Well, what did you, Mamo Pray, when I was a baby, used to just, because I used to read to me?
Yeah.
What did you used to read?
Oh, well, not you.
The Cat in the Hat? Oh,
Right.
what are you? He says.
You. But when Heather and Michelle would come over to the club
Uh-huh.
when they were kids, and I would read them the phone book.
It's the only book around.
No.
Dad,
Seriously, Mama Bird?
Dad O'Prey belonged to a boat club, and
A yacht club.
well, yacht club.
It was a boat club.
It was a boat club, but the name was the yacht club, and they would have parties there. And my nieces were maybe 5, 6 years old, and there was a couch and in a side room, and I'd sit down with them and try to keep them quiet for a little while. And there was the phone book sitting on the table next to the couch. So I'd pick up the yellow pages and we'd start reading ads. I mean, I'd read it to them, and they thought, to this day, we laugh about it. And they're almost 30 now. In fact, there's no phone books around anymore, at least not here in New York. When my niece got married, I was going to send her a phone book just for that.
We don't even got no pay phones around here no more.
No, I don't think there are many pay phones, if any.
No, I mean, I live in Mayberry, so yeah. My town's like the size of your city hall, so.
But yeah, also, I remember when you were talking, Mama Prey, about having a stream where you discussed what you and Sci-Fi Nation were talking about. What Sci-Fi Nation asked about how you would talk about that topic on your channel and have streams about it. I thought that was a really good idea.
You know, I would like to do, and maybe like set up something like it's set up now. Can you do that, Joe?
Yeah, you can be set up like that.
Where you guys can ask me questions and, just set me off on something, because sometimes it's hard for me to think of things.
Let me ask this. Would you rather have certain questions, or do you just want random topics?
Well, Mama Prey 5 a while back, when Mama Prey 5 first had her channel created, was discussing starting a stream where she would talk to people going through the same thing as she is with Bird,
right?
And kind of have a place for everyone to go and share their experiences, and she could help them and talk to them about that. And I thought that was a really good idea, and it would be something that is needed for a lot of us.
And I'm sorry if I get emotional when I talk about it, but
that's all part of it.
I would enjoy that. My problem why I never started it on my own channel is time. I mean,
yes.
Like you caught me tonight. I just finished what I was doing basically for the day, jumped in the shower, and I came out and I heard you guys saying, a Mama Prey story. Normally, when somebody's on, I'm in the middle of something.
Mama Prey, that was Sci-Fi Nation being a dink, but I'm glad you came out of it.
Yeah, let's try to set something up, and give me topics. There are a few things that I definitely would like to speak about besides the daily. I would like
to know your what it does to you. What the stresses and concerns on your personal life are for caring for somebody in that type of situation. Wait, I know you care for Bird of Prey 5. You know I care for Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation. So it's not like this is a big secret to anybody. Right?
Yeah. No, I have no secrets. Basically, your situation is only a bit different because I'm not sure of your age, but if I remember, it's like a year or two older than Bird. So you're in your
44 this week.
44. Okay, he's 41. So when Bird got sick, I was 57, and I kind of pretty much, well, right away, the first year, I mean, every 2 weeks, they told us he's getting out of the hospital in 2 weeks. So for the first year, it was like, my God, what's going on here? By the time, we brought him home, I felt like I've lived my life.
It was like a year and a half went by before you brought him home, wasn't it?
Yeah. But at that point, the day he got sick, I walked away from my job. We have things, everybody's different. And I remember when Dad O'Prey wasn't, all that sick yet, and Bird was in the hospital, and then he was in the nursing home. And even when he came home, Dad O'Prey would still, have his friends at the yacht club, and he would go there every so often, which wasn't terrible, but at the time, how could you do this with him in the hospital? How could you do that? But I realized he needed a day away. He just needed to recharge his batteries. I'm to the point I don't need to recharge my batteries. There's really nothing, no place else I'd really rather be. So that's what I'm saying. At my age, it's easier to devote your life to somebody.
Bird's going to get better. He's going to walk again someday.
I know he is, because he's going to walk and I'm going to take over this damn bed.
There you go.
Bird's going to walk and then and drive a Jeep and he's going to do all those great things again. And then we're all in trouble, because then he's going to start, looking at that list.
Then he's going to get married.
Oh, he's going to get married. He's going to make Sister Prey look like an angel, because he's going to have so many kids running around, he ain't going to know what to do.
But again, I just want to say thank you so much, Mama Prey, for coming on. We always love when you come on, whether it be on Bird's stream or anyone's stream. You always bring a bit of joy to every stream that you're ever on, and it's such a pleasure to be able to hear from you, and you give us all hope, and so does Bird. Bird is awesome. To be in his situation and still be able to laugh and smile and take the shit that he does from all of us, it means a lot to all of us. And I think, all joking aside, I think we could all say that Bird helps us even though he doesn't know it.
Thank you, Rambling. Guys, I'm going to run because I have a couple of other things I still need to do. And let's set something up for a stream like this, just talking about health issues, medical issues, anything on your mind.
Absolutely, Mama Prey. You can do it on your channel if you want to do it on a weekend. My channel is free. Bird of Prey can tell you how to get a hold of me. However you want to do it. Or Rambling, even. However you want to do it, Mom.
Yeah, let's set a time up soon.
Sounds good, Mama Prey.
Okay, take care, guys.
You too, Mama Prey.
Running into the kitchen now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mama Prey.
Okay, so now what topic shall we discuss now? I do want to say, while Mama Prey was talking, Epic Beard left, so I just wanted to thank him for coming to the stream, and I hope he has a good evening. And Alexander Brooks says, "You're a good mom, Mama Prey 5." And the chat has mainly been
Mama Prey until she came on. Other than that, it was making fun of me.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'll put this up on the screen so that sci-fi you have a chance to respond to it. I guess I'll be nice.
Where are you putting them?
So I gotta scroll up because it's in here.
Wait a minute. Did you get a request from Vance, by the way, while Mom was talking?
I didn't get a request from Vance, no, but I saw that he put a picture up on Facebook. I think.
Oh, Facebook. No, I thought he was trying to come into the chat. I sent him the link. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think he was coming in. I think he wants to wait for me to stream. But
Oh, yeah.
I really need to listen to some fuck off music for a while before I stream after you.
Yeah. Well, when I end this, just send me a message on Messenger, and I'll be ready to go. Because I gotta make myself an evening snack for when I take my evening pills.
I just looked the wrong fucking tab. Son of a bitch. Hold on.
It happens.
Sorry, I was doing dishes and listening to you guys.
That's all good.
Okay, you want to change the topic here? What was the last book you guys read? Comic books don't count, Bird.
The last book I read?
What about comic books?
What's the last book that you read? And comic books don't count.
How to Be the Leader of Kroga.
I think the last book that I would have actually read cover to cover would have been.
Wait, that's Bird's book. My book was All Hail Dear Leader, God Emperor, Bird of Prey 5.
The Stand by Stephen King. I reread it. Been a while.
Wow. Book.
I used to be a Stephen King fan.
I haven't really paid attention to his new stuff.
I can't go back that far. That's like decades ago.
Well, I consider his new stuff is after he got hit by the van.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I read some Star Trek books that one night we lost power.
And after that happened, his writing went wackadoodle.
Well, some of his writing was always wackadoodle. I mean,
wackadoodle?
I present to you Tommy Knockers.
That was okay.
That book was okay, but yeah.
My favorite was The Langoliers. That was in that book 4 Past Midnight.
Yeah, I didn't read that one.
But the latest book I wrote. Yeah, I wrote a book. Anything from Clive Barker, but the most latest one was The Books of the Blood.
Okay.
Did you not read the thing? Canuck.
What?
I said, did you not read the message?
No, Mama Prey was on. I wasn't going to read that.
The last book I
Don't
read.
put me on yet.
Yeah, yeah, dang.
Cover.
Well, you're there.
I just had to go buy some smokes and put gas in the car for tomorrow, and I'm driving.
So just mute yourself.
Beep, beep.
The last book I read cover to cover was Martini Wonderland, which was a book written by one of my former coworkers at the company I used to work for.
Well, if I had to read anything, it'd be Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson, and it was made into a really great movie.
Then there were like 10 books I bought, but never actually got around to reading.
And of course, one of the most interesting books that you've read lately is the Bird of Prey book I sent you, right?
No, I
Trust me, Bird of Prey, I've got that problem as well. I've got like 20 plus books that I bought maybe 15 years ago that never been opened.
Yeah, I buy more books than I actually find time to read.
The internet has ruined me.
But at least thanks to me, you know where the bathroom is on the Bird of Prey.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
You the diagnostic.
You cannot break the internet. I have that. I broke the internet.
You always break the internet.
I broke the internet today so hard.
I'm not saying it. I broke it. I'm saying it ruined me.
Oh, I broke the internet today. Shit, I ain't got shit. I ain't got no shame. I broke that shit. I broke YouTube and the internet. At least on my end.
Yeah, you like kicked yourself out of your own stream.
No, that was like one time.
One time at band camp. Anyway,
The calculated maneuver by Sci-Fi.
It was really. It was a calculated maneuver.
He's like, hold my beer. Watch this.
Hold my bear and watch that.
well, for sci-fi, it's more like hold my sippy cup and watch this. But
Oh, shut the fuck. Yes,
Don't knock sippy cups. They come in handy.
They do. You don't dribble with them.
Oh, hell yeah. Especially when there's coffee in them and you're driving and you turn the corner and the whole
Tea and
cup
cream.
will
Or you're eating over your laptop.
Rambling's getting tired.
no, rambling has to move. So on that note, I'll leave it on. I'll leave it up to Bird of Prey 5 for a couple seconds here, and I got to go grab coffee and stand up and move my legs a little bit.
Hello, world. It's Brittle Bray 5. Taking control of the stream.
Hell yeah. Hell Karoga.
We're gonna get my cousin Ozzy O'Prey
Wait a minute.
in a few
I
minutes.
want to see cousin future DJ Woman's Opry.
Cousin what?
Future cousin future DJ cousin Opry. The one you're getting hooked up with.
What?
From DJ.
I had no idea what she sounds like.
So?
So I can't do it.
You got some picture, ain't you?
I can't do an impersonation of someone I don't know what they sound like.
can't sound like that. Okay.
Hi, I'm DJ's cousin.
Yeah, not doing so good.
No, not so good.
Okay, so where's Ozzy?
Hi, Sassy.
Hi, Sassy. Brownie's in bed. You can't make him get up.
So does anybody else watch Homeland still
Home what?
or ever?
I think I watched like the first 4 episodes and that was it.
Ain't that the Rio Grande River?
Homeland, the Showtime series with
Yeah, we got this whole big river. Why the fuck they building a wall? I mean, it's like it's not like they can't get in a boat.
none of you people watch quality television except various Star Treks.
I'm serious. You're building a big ass wall.
Watch Star
The fuck
Trek.
You can't just be in the boat and go right around the wall.
What else? Battlestar. The original and the remake.
Battlestar Galactica. Your new game. Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, has anybody else been watching Messiah on Netflix?
Why do I watch fake Jesuses?
No, but I wanted to, but I never got around to it. I've been back on my World War II kick, so I've been watching all the documentaries on like the Yamamoto, all the battleships.
Okay, I'll tell you
No,
this. It's called Drachenfell.
Well, that's one of the channels I watch. Which reminds me, I still gotta watch The Dry Dock. But anyway,
The only new thing that I've watched was The Witcher, which was good.
Yeah, I still haven't actually watched that, despite the fact that I, own the game.
Oh yeah, we've got like 1, 2, and 3. So, so we better.
Yeah, same here.
but yeah, I've been on my World War II kick, so I've been.
Wesley Crusher says, Bird of Prey 5. I spend all my time watching Sci-Fi Nation and Bird of Prey 5. Thank you, Wes. That's all I can say to that.
Yeah, yeah. Except you forgot the channel you're on, Wesley. Just stating the obvious.
Oops.
Well, I have a topic suggestion, and it has nothing to do with the video I just released.
Okay.
What's everyone's top 5 favorite sci-fi fighters?
Big, bigger, biggest, biggester, and biggestest.
Okay, can you
Okay.
just mute him for a while and all everyone else?
You took the thought right out of my head. Okay, so let's move over to JP.
What?
What he just asked. Is anybody paying attention?
He said
I didn't hear JP say
sci-fi
anything.
fighters. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Favorite fighter.
I answered
Like
for you.
TIE
That was
Fighter,
Lionel who
X-Wing.
asked 5 about the fighters.
My answer don't count, apparently.
Vile asked what were our favorite fighters, not JP.
Yeah, I know. So I was just going from sci-fi to JP
And I said
in
big,
order.
bigger, biggest, biggestest, and biggerest. That's
Okay,
what
so
I said.
next, JP.
Yeah, I really couldn't answer that because my nerdiness is not up to par to everybody else's, and I don't know the names of them properly.
Well, just say them. I'm sure we can figure it out.
Okay.
You figure it out there, Rich.
Hey, hey.
Galactica,
Sci-fi.
the one that launches the Vipers.
Okay, so the Vipers.
Yeah, and that's number 5.
Okay,
The Cylon ships is a 4.
Cylon Raiders.
Yeah, the destroyers from Empire.
No. These are just fighters, not the big ship,
All ships.
not capital ships.
I call
No
that
capital
a
ships.
I call that a fighter. Okay, TIE Fights
Okay, TIE Fighter.
and Y-wings, and then X-wing.
Not carrier line.
Okay, so now we'll move down to Bird of Prey 5.
And Klingon bird of prey.
That's not a fighter.
It's a fighter.
It is not
No,
a
it's
fighter.
not.
The
The
little
capital
ones
ship.
are fighters, okay?
It's a biggerest. It's not a fighter.
Periscopes, they're fighters.
It's a biggerest.
It's not a fighter.
Exactly. It's a biggerest.
Well, if it's not a fighter, then a runabout.
That's also not a fighter. That's a runabout.
That's the biggest.
It's too large to be a real fighter. It's about the size of the Millennium Falcon.
A runabout?
The boot is not the size
The runabout's the size of a Winnebago.
Yeah.
No,
of
if you look at the actual measurements, a runabout is about the same size as the Millennium Falcon.
It is not.
I would
Yes, it is.
is considered a fighter.
Okay, so we'll give Birdo 5 his list, and then you can comment on them.
All right, fine. I'll shut up.
Okay, go ahead, Birdo Prey. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, the X-Wings are okay. They deserve to be on the list. I feel like I should do some different answers than what's already been said.
You don't have to.
I really feel like
Scorpion fighters.
the Delta Flyer.
That's a dink move. It's like a one-time deal.
Yeah, we'll count that.
Scorpion fighters.
What the hell's a Scorpion fighter?
Oh,
The Romulan or the Riemann ones from Nemesis.
The Riemann ones. I don't want no goddamn ugly Riemann ships in my top 5 fighters.
You can fly through a starship. I know what's up there.
Riemann bullshit. I'm not gonna put that jellyfish in either. That ugly piece of crap.
That's not a fighter.
Well, good because it's ugly.
Well, there you go. You got big, bigger, biggest, biggerest, and biggest.
Okay, so Bird of Prey 5 still got 2.
The Captain Jot from
That's
the
not a
Enterprise
fighter.
Z. What counts as a fighter?
A fighter, Peregrine class.
Fine. F-35 and F-15 and F-16 and Harrier
The
jet.
Gordon militia that Dax had
The
to
MiG-29.
Okay, so now we'll go to Vile.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
if you watched my video, my top 5 were the Velocifighter from Power Rangers,
Power Rangers.
Jeez.
the F-302, the F-302 from Stargate,
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna add the
That
F-302
counts,
to
yeah.
my list.
the VF-1 from Macross and Robotech,
Oh, that really counts.
the Naboo N-1 Starfighter from Star Wars.
SR-71 with dual wings and engine.
That's not canon.
Which one is it canon?
The Naboo fighter.
How is it not canon?
Because it ain't.
Because it's yellow and ugly.
No,
He says it's the
watch
most beautiful.
the video. There's reasons why I say it's one of my top 5.
Well, there's reasons I think I'm smart too. That don't mean it's true.
That's like saying a Fiero is a race car.
Well, let me put it to you this way. In universe, the N1 would whoop an X-Wing.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not in the universe.
It's still in the Phantom Menace. It's in universe. Sorry.
No, it ain't. If it's in the extended universe, the EU.
Okay, let Vile finish.
Canon.
Let Vile finish. Okay, and your final, what, 2?
Oh, which ones did I already say? I don't remember now.
You still have to do the. Well, you said the. You said this the Power Rangers,
Robotech.
the yellow one, and something else.
Shoot, now I'm having a brain fart. You can't remember what the 4th one is. Or the 5th one is. Just go watch the video.
Okay, so I'm surprised that the TIE Interceptor hasn't been put on there because
Or
it's
the
way
TIE
better than the normal TIE Fighter.
Oh, he said X-wing. He put X-wing too.
No,
I did not put the X-Wing.
You didn't put an X-wing.
Compare the X-wing.
I did.
You said something that needed good sight. So you said it was better than the TIE fighter.
Okay, when I did the image of the TIE Fighter, that was because the TIE Fighter sucks when it comes to visibility. You can only see out the front. You can't see through anywhere else, and you got 2 big damn things on either side that block your vision. Whereas the N1 has a bubble cockpit. You can look all around.
That's why you got radar.
But that's the thing, is they don't seem to rely on radar in Star Wars. They seem to rely on visual fighting, which is why I said that. Go watch the video.
Changing my answers to all Stargate ships.
All right, Bird, can you name more than just the 2
The Gaul
fighters?
the strike fighter.
Yes, everything that Mama Prey controls.
Okay, what? Sorry?
The various X fighters, X-203, the 202, the 201A.
There's only 2. There's the X301 and the X302.
Yeah, both of those.
Then there's the production model of the F302,
Yeah, that one.
the Death Glider, the Needle Threader, and the Great Dart Puddle Jumper.
And the Atlantis puddle jumper, yeah.
Plus, there's a few other fighters that aren't named. They're just random alien fighters.
The Asgard fighter.
Oh, I know about the TIE Wing, Josh. And I think it's actually spelled TYE Wing.
Okay, so for me,
It's a PYE ring bird. What the fuck does that even mean?
It's an ugly from Star Wars.
yeah, and there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, since Bird of Prey 5 went and put in actual planes, I'll go with the top 5. The F-18 because we use it. Then I'd go TIE Interceptor because it was better than the TIE Fighter, and the X-Wing. Captain's Yacht on the E, and
They told me Captain's Yacht didn't count.
It should.
yeah, but it's my stream, so I say it
It's
does.
a giant.
See, that's how that works. It's my stream. I say it counts.
There you go. You're all about your
giant
best.
escape pod.
Oh, I'd also put in those World War II fighters that were enhanced with phasers in the Enterprise alternate World War II timeline.
I guess I can accept that one. Oh, and I remembered what the other one was. It was the Aurora from Babylon 5.
Okay, I think I remember that ship. It's been a while since I watched Babylon.
People watch that?
It was big when I was younger. Okay, so we'll make this easy. Top 5 capital ships. Starting with sci-fi. And don't say bigger, bigger, and biggest.
It's
Hey,
fun.
what's the question?
Top 5 capital ships.
See, here's the caveat I would add to that, though, is you can only choose one from each franchise.
Oh, fuck off.
Son of a bitch.
No, that doesn't count. Top 5 capital ships. Sci-fi go.
Okay. What was that one from BSG? The new one, the double landing bay. Son of a bitch. That Battlestar.
Pegasus, Mercury class Battlestar.
Yes, that one. Then number 4, the Battlestar Galactica, 2000 something version. Then Battlestar Galactica, 1978 version. I love my Battlestars, bitch. Then the Searcher from Buck Rogers with all of the Earth Defense Force starfighters. I like my starfighters. And then, well, it's not really a ship, but if it was a ship, it'd be a volcano, and it holds Airwolf because fucking Airwolf.
Okay, JP.
I'm gonna pass. Give me a couple minutes.
Okay, Bird of Prey 5.
Klingon Bird of Prey. Biggest one.
That's a pretty small start.
Okay,
Original Constitution refit. Movie refit Constitution. Miranda. Defiant. And just to change things up a bit.
ULA Atlas 5 Solar Orbiter.
Bird of Prey 5, Mamo Prey's coming through.
Collaboration.
Okay, I just have to go. They're all going to be. Oh, and a Death Star,
Okay,
the big one.
Wow, Mike.
Well, let's see. I do the Venator class Star Destroyer from Star Wars because I like carriers, and to that effect, I'd also have to do the Mercury class Star Destroyer or Battlestar from Galactica. From Star Trek, I'd have to do, and I know any Trekker doesn't like this, but the Galaxy class because I just think that's a sexy looking ship. Probably the Pillar of Autumn from Halo and the Daedalus class from Stargate.
Okay, so mine would be, let's go with a Star Destroyer, Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. This is just awesome. The Super Star Destroyer.
Executor class?
Yeah, Executor class. Yeah. Then we'll go. I'll put the D on Enterprise D. Then let's see. We gotta change it up so it's not all Star Trek, or Star Wars. I guess we can go Battlestar, the remake version, and then we'll go.
Which one? The Galactica version or the Pegasus version?
Galactica.
All right.
The one I watched, and then we'll go. And I haven't watched Stargate in so long. The Earth ship from Stargate.
The Daedalus class or the Prometheus class?
Prometheus. Thank you. Prometheus. And then to top it all off, to top the list off, the best ship in Star Trek, the Enterprise E. Sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
What class was the General Hammond?
That was Daedalus class.
Yeah, okay, that's the good one.
Yeah, there was only one Prometheus class. All the other ships are Daedalus class.
I like the Prometheus.
I don't know. The Prometheus class kind of looked like a giant flying penis.
What was the one that Stargate Universe was on?
That was the Destiny. That was an ancient ship, not Earth ship.
I know that, but I know if it had a class.
Okay,
As far as I know, it doesn't have a class, but I could be wrong.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ship from Mass Effect 3.
Oh, the Normandy?
Yep.
Number 1 or number 2?
That's going to be number 1.
Okay.
The mothership from Independence Day.
Okay.
Also, Board Cube.
Okay.
So she says Friday night is perfect. Well, that was because I asked Chicky, I said, look, the invitation's open to everybody down there,
Of course, Star Wars Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Well, which one?
Kind? Yeah, which one?
Victory, Imperial, Imperial 2, Venator.
Imperial.
Okay.
Not one of the new ones.
Say, you might as well take the one that has the planet-destroying weapon on it.
Oh, God, that thing is stupid.
Yeah. Was that
And
fun?
your final?
Okay, final. The ships that in Stargate, the little alien dudes ran around in.
Which aliens?
That's not very specific.
Grays, damn it.
Old the pyramid ships?
No.
Oh, the Asgard. So you're talking about either the what is it called? The Briskinar class, the O'Neill class, the Jackson class.
Oh crap! Yeah, the O'Neill class, the one that they made rid of the replicators.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've got one. Now I've got a question that I'm more asking because I want to hear Bird of Prey 5's answer. But anyway, okay. So on one side, you've got the original Constitution with Kirk at the helm. On the other side, you have a Constitution refit with Cisco at the helm. Who wins in the battle? Sci-fi. So Kirk versus Cisco. Constitution versus this Constitution refit. Who wins and why?
Did Sci-Fi mute himself?
Oh, sure. The one time I want him to talk, he doesn't. Okay.
Well, you said you wanted to hear me answer, but then you started with sci-fi.
Yeah, but he's going in order.
I'm trying to be nice and go in order, but the one time I want Sci-Fi to answer something, he doesn't. So okay, so we'll skip right to Bird of Prey.
Kirk wins because Cisco has no idea how to fly a Constitution class.
They're all the same.
I'm going with Cisco because he was aboard a Miranda class, which is contemporary to the Constitution, so he would know how to use a refit Constitution.
Okay. I'm going to give it to Cisco because he's got the refit. All right. So now let's keep in this because I want to have some fun with this. Picard versus Janeway. Picard in the D and Janeway in Voyager.
Oh, Picard all the way.
Okay, so Val Mike says Picard.
Sorry if I cut it in line, but that was just, I'm sorry.
Okay, so one vote for Picard. Bird of Prey 5.
I think the D wins, with Picard and a full complement of weapons, sure.
Okay. I'll also side with the Enterprise D.
Let me get a clarification. Is this pre-assimilation or post-assimilation Picard?
We'll go with the ships at their peak battle setup.
Well, the peak battle setup would have a third warp nacelle and a giant laser.
Well, that wouldn't be the Enterprise D.
No, that was still technically the Enterprise D.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I would say I would limit it to first episode.
Yeah, okay. As before all the upgrades.
So technically, Janeway has the newer ship.
Yeah, she's got a much superior ship then.
And I'd still give it to Picard.
Well, first episode Picard was lame.
First episode Picard still had experience under the Stargazer.
Yeah, Stargazer. Yeah, okay. I'll definitely.
Janeway was still a brand new captain.
Yeah, we'll go with Picard as well then.
And yeah, Wesley, if he's got the Enterprise D, he's got Data.
And Wesley in the first season. So between the two of them.
And Josh, the D is not really a glass cannon as much as lore likes to think so, because just watch Generations again. Look how many times the Enterprise is hit with essentially its shields down.
Yeah.
It's hit like 9 or 10 times, and it still doesn't get destroyed right away. That means it's got some armor on it.
Well, that and technically, if Picard had to, he could separate the D, and I don't think Voyager has that function, does it?
Well, Voyager does have one major advantage. It could launch more shuttles than the frickin' Discovery and Enterprise could at the end of season 2 of Disco, because it has an endless supply of shuttles.
Yes. And don't forget
Storyline and plot. Storyline and plot.
the endless supply of photon torpedoes.
Well, that too.
Like,
Runabouts is supposed to be able to fit in the Enterprise D shuttle bay.
Yes, a runabout is supposed to be able to be docked inside the main shuttle bay of the Enterprise D. In fact, it's supposed to have one at all times.
They were on one on that episode where they came back and time was stopped.
Yep.
And he drew the happy face in the smoke.
Yeah, the Picard went crazy episode.
Plus, the Enterprise D's captain's yacht was actually finished.
Yeah.
Unlike
Although,
Voyager's.
if I remember correctly, the D's captain yacht wasn't actually armed, nor did it have warp drive.
Yeah, I don't remember. They never
It's a
used
pretty
it.
boring captain's yacht.
Yeah.
Well, it was meant for only, if I remember correctly, it was only meant for diplomatic functions.
Where's Foley when you need?
Diplomatic functions, being captain, meeting with someone from another ship discreetly.
Did Sci-Fi Nation get abducted by aliens?
Private.
I always thought of the Enterprise D captain's yacht as something he would primarily use like in a first contact situation. Like, oh, why don't you join this little craft and I'll give you an outside tour of our ship or something like that. I don't know. That was just in my own head, Gadin.
I suppose.
I thought he'd use it like, come on, Beverly, let's take a little trip. Well, no, your little brat son won't accidentally come into the room.
Or else you go antique hunting with what's her name there?
Vosh.
Yes. Yeah. I keep wanting to say.
I'm digging for some treasure, Vash. Why don't I get started in your pants?
Yeah. Quite musty.
Show me your Vash.
Well, that went south and quick.
I think I gotta head out, guys, and get some sleep.
Okay, you take her easy, Bird of Prey 5.
Take care, guys.
Later.
Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Yep.
Kapla, everybody. Tomorrow, I think I'll be doing a normal Monday bed life stream. Normal time.
Talk to you tomorrow then.
Take care.
Sounds good.
Later.
I still think Sci-Fi Nation got abducted by aliens because this is the quietest I've seen him on a stream ever.
I think he's taken the fact that we kept joking about having him muted seriously.
Either that or his microphone has disconnected and he doesn't realize it.
Or he fell asleep.
Or fell asleep, yeah. Possibilities.
Wait, everyone be quiet. Let's see if we can hear him snoring.
No. Holy crap, it's 8:30. I gotta start making supper soon.
Okay, so let's go with top 5 captains. JP.
Well, sci-fi in general, or Star Trek or Star Wars or something.
Sci-fi in general. Just keep it loose.
Can we include admirals just for the sake of argument?
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Well, how about this? Top 5 COs. That'll cover admirals. So
Okay.
The commanding officer.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with best first. So
Okay.
Easy Picard. Number 2 will be Riker.
Okay.
And 3, we're gonna go with Fishhead. Whatever his name was. It's the trap dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Akbar.
Akbar, yep.
Yeah, Akbar, that's his name. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Mass Effect 3. Commander, what's his face? Your main character.
Shepard.
Yeah, Shepard. As well as Shepard from SG.
Okay. Vile.
Let's see. I'm also going to throw in Commander Shepard from Mass Effect because he managed to save an entire freaking galaxy.
Yeah.
For the sake of fun, I'm going to throw in Mackenzie Calhoun from Star Trek: New Frontier, the book series. He was also in Star Trek Online as a Easter egg type character. Let's see. Admiral Pelion from Star Wars because he actually ran the Empire correctly and he was the only person who ever did. Let's see. Actually, I also got to say Captain Jellicoe. I also liked him in that one episode of Star Trek. I think he did a really good job. And I don't know. I was trying to think of someone from on the Rebels side of Star Wars, but even Akbar I don't think was any that good. I mean, the plans were kind of stupid. So I'll just say Thrawn.
Yeah, number 5 for me was Thrawn. Then we'll go number 4, Kirk, just because you got to put him on the list. Number 3 would be Hammond from Stargate.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that one too much, but I don't think he was ever really in command of a ship for more than like
No,
one
but he was
day.
in command of the entire SG.
Yeah.
And you wanted
okay,
to.
you know what?
He's more like an admiral honorable mention. So
You know what? I'll give it to you.
right, he runs the damn show. So we'll go Hammond, and then 4 we'll go with. Let's see. We'll go Cisco at number 4, and we'll go Picard at 5. At 5, yeah. Picard's number 1.
See, I like Picard, but he's too much of a diplomat, in my opinion.
Sometimes you need that.
Sometimes, but I don't know. I if he was my CEO, I'd probably butt heads with him a lot.
But that could be a good thing.
And don't get me wrong, I love Picard as a character.
Butting heads is good because the last thing you want is someone being a yes sir.
Well, yeah, which is basically the entire Enterprise crew. Well, no, that's not true.
Oh, Riker
argued a lot. Riker did argue a lot.
On occasion, Guinan called him out on his crap more than anyone.
Oh yeah, Guinan was the one
But
who
he
was like,
civilian.
yeah,
Yeah, but she was like a bazillion years old too. So.
and
I
then
kind of
there-
hated that part in First Contact where Beverly is like, "No, we got to listen to him. He's the captain," and it's freaking the Lily from Zephram Cochrane's age, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna go talk some sense into him." She was the freaking Guinan character.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look, you broke your little ships.
See, on one hand, I liked his, descent into madness, kind of, because it was the Borg, and you could kind of get it, but I think it went too far.
Didn't go too
I don't think his crew should have been so blasé about following his orders.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's why, it went too far. Like, I understand from a character standpoint, where Picard would be, batshit crazy because it's the Borg.
Yeah.
But what doesn't jive with me is the blindness to follow into the fire.
And especially from Beverly. She's, one, a love interest of his, and seeing her being submissive like that kind of irks me.
Well, Riker, too.
Because she's this chief medical officer, and she's the one person on the ship that could actually say, "Hey, I'm relieving you of command on medical reasons. You're not psychologically sound right now."
She knows and understands what he went through while being part of the collective and being basically having your humanity stripped away from you.
Yeah, which is why I don't take issue with Picard being that way in First Contact. Because, come on now, he basically...
Yeah.
I
don't think any of us are disagreeing with why he was acting that way. It is it's the way the crew was following his orders blindly.
Yeah, it was how everybody just kind of went, "Oh, well, okay, he's batshit crazy, but yeah, okay, let's go." Even Riker, I was surprised. There wasn't a "Can I speak to you privately, sir?" Something.
That's why they had Riker stuck on the planet.
Yeah. Riker had no idea what was really going on because he was down there trying to get the.
True. But if the crew was too afraid to approach Picard, typically they'd go to Riker, and then Riker would go to Picard. So I kind of would have liked. I would have liked if they would have explored that, where the crew is like, okay, well, we can't approach Picard, but Riker can.
Well, I still think Beverly could have, and at least Worf kind of gave him a verbal smackdown a little bit.
Yes.
Because, at this point, Worf is no longer a member of his crew. He just happened to be picked up by the Enterprise because he was in charge of his own ship.
Yeah.
Plot. It's always funny how he happens to be around whenever the Enterprise needs him.
And I kind of hated that fact in Insurrection where they were like, Worf, what are you doing here? And he's about to explain the situation, and then they just cut him off.
Yeah, it's like...
What was it?
He might as well have said, because the fans expect me to be here.
Yeah, because they paid me.
Wasn't that
they
where
paid me.
Picard basically called Worf a coward?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that scene. Oh.
That was good.
If you were any other man, that would strike you down.
Which scene? Oh, yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah. If you were anyone else, I would, your entrails would be sitting on the deck. Yeah.
As I said, that was, Worf at least was, gave him the verbal smackdown. But, Beverly still just, doesn't do shit. I hated that.
Yeah, but Beverly never really challenges Picard, for the most part. Even in the series, she doesn't. It's Riker and Guinan that challenge Picard most of the time.
I might have to rewatch Next Generation and think about the fact that both Deanna and Beverly, the two main female characters, are kind of not strong female characters. I mean, they're definitely not a Yar.
No.
Well, in all honesty, I think that Guinan was probably the strongest female regular on Next Generation.
Well, yeah, because she had Quant Blanche. She could do and say whatever she wanted.
Well, yeah, but she also had skill with the phaser. She had wisdom with age.
Yeah.
She earned people's respect. She didn't just demand it.
Yes. Well, Crusher and Troy, for the most part, were background characters for the most part.
Well, I think if they got title credits, then they're regulars.
Yeah, well, that's not what I mean. I mean, they're not going to be the one who confronts Picard.
The other doctor confronted Picard.
Pulaski, yeah. Pulaski did
Pulaski
that a lot.
Tried to, but she did it in such a way that it pissed off fans.
Yeah.
They tried to create her into a Bones type character, but it always came out as abrasive, not,
Went over like a fart in church. Went over like a fart in church.
I thought she walked around with a giant set of balls swinging around on that boat. Like she'd go walk up to Picard and say something, and his face would be like, "Huh."
Maybe it would have been better if we had a character that was halfway in between Crusher and Pulaski.
Yeah. Yeah. Pulaski went too far and Crusher didn't go far enough.
Exactly.
So basically, if they put Jerry Ryan in STMG.
I don't know. Because 7 and 9 was basically Voyager's Spock clone.
Yeah, she was the that isn't logical, and I'm better than you. Character.
But she's got good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's raped. And hot to boot. So.
Oh. Hi, Darth Revan, and I just now saw you in the chat, and yeah, I think you're agreeing with me. Yar and Guinan were the only strong characters, and they killed one of them off in the first freaking season.
It's like, she's too strong, kill her.
We need Worf at the weapons.
And I like the fact that Yar at least had a sexual side as well. I mean, it was only in the second episode, but it showed that she can be sexual, and that is something I find attractive in a strong female character.
Josh Street says we don't know how far Crusher went behind Picard's quarters doors. Well, it was definitely insinuated heavily in certain episodes and certain movies.
Well, and in the book series, Picard and Crusher ended up getting married, and they had a kid who they named Renee, who actually ends up marrying the daughter of Riker and Troy.
There's a family reunion.
Wait a second, Renee, wasn't that freaking Picard's brother's name?
No, that was his nephew's name, and they named Picard named his son after his dead nephew.
Okay.
And actually, in the books, Riker and Troy's daughter is actually named Tasha after Yar.
That's creepier than hell.
You got to read the Star Trek Titan books. They're actually pretty well written. But the book about when Troy gives birth is really fucked up because she's basically kidnapped by a giant velociraptor.
Okay.
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, I hope Sci-Fi Nation is okay because he hasn't said anything in a while. So I hope everything's okay over there.
Yeah, you don't expect a French Newfie butt pirate to be that quiet.
I'm actually getting kind of concerned because he went like deathly quiet.
And I figured if I said that, it would actually cause him to say something. So now I'm worried too.
Yeah. Hope everything's okay, Sci-Fi.
Anyone got his phone number?
I messaged him on Facebook. He hasn't got back to me yet. Darth Revan says, I love Yar. Oh, and of course it jumps. I love Yar from a war-torn world, and she still wants to save people. Yeah, Yar was a character I wish they would have explored more. Resolute Germ says Yar quit halfway into the first season. They never planned to get rid of her. Yeah, that's true, but that's bringing in the background, the backstage stuff.
Yeah, that was because they were trying to write storylines that sometimes affected Diana, sometimes affected Troy, or Yar. And it was just not enough characterization going to Yar. And she's like, you don't really need me, apparently. And she was kind of right, because they didn't even bother replacing her. They just promoted Worf.
I don't get it, though. Like, you're part of it. You're in something that's going to be great. So what do? You walk away. That's stupid. Like, you're in Star Trek. You don't just walk away from it.
I'll let Vile respond to this one.
Well, same thing I would say is you don't know that it's going to be big. I mean, this is the first time in history that a popular TV show was brought back in some capacity after, 20-year hiatus, other than, in the United States, at least. I'm not counting Doctor Who. So, and even then, they still replaced the Doctor, and he's the freaking main character.
Yeah,
or at least the actor.
That's written into the original.
Well, no, again, they didn't have that originally planned. They only did the whole regeneration thing because the original actor was like, yeah, I'm leaving now.
Yeah, and then they carried that forward.
And Wesley Crusher points out that they didn't know it was going to be a thing. They didn't know it was going to last as long as it did.
So yeah, I can actually understand why she left. I still think it's stupid in retrospect, and she probably does too, judging by the fact that how she's come back to reprise her character even in Star Trek Online.
Yeah, she has said in interviews she regrets leaving. But it was a choice she made, and we got what we got.
I can't fault her for doing it. In the rational side of my mind, my fanboy side of my mind is like you guys. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah. It made sense to her at the time, I guess.
She's still capitalized on it while she was there because she's at all the cons and everything like that and getting paid. So
I'll take your word for it, Darth Revan. I don't know about Harnell all that much. I haven't watched the original Doctor Who in like 20 years.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that too when Patrick Stewart thought it was only going to last one season. And then it turned into 7.
And now he's the only one that comes back to have his own show.
Well, they've been after him for years. I was actually surprised that he came back.
But let's see, he's done the 7 seasons of that. He's got his own news show that's already guaranteed for 2 seasons. And he was in 4 movies.
Yeah.
I think
he's done the X-Men stuff.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about Star Trek only. I think the only person that's done more stuff than him is Michael Dorn.
I don't know. Wouldn't Shatner have a run at it?
Shatner had what? 3 seasons of the original show, 1 season of the animated show, and 6 movies. I still think Michael Dorn. I think Shatner has more than that just by 4 seasons of Next Generation hours wise.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because what average of 25 episodes in a season, hour-long episodes. Yeah, and the movies are, even if you be generous and say each movie is 2 hours long. Let's see, that's 6 movies is still only an extra season, so I still give the amount of time spent playing the character to Picard or to Shatner as to Stewart as Picard. But Michael Dorn still takes the cake because he had DS9 and Next Generation and the 4 movies.
Yeah.
And I know at one time they were talking about bringing back a Worf series or making a Worf series, and that would be, I think, a lot better than the Picard one.
It depends on where they put him.
Well, they should put him back on back with Klingons.
No, I don't think a Star Trek Klingon show would do well. I mean, just look at the IKS Borda series. It didn't last very long, even as a book series. And I think it's because people like the Klingons, but they don't want them to be the focus.
I think seeing Worf as a captain would be kind of cool. But that would wear off quick.
I don't know. Maybe I could understand maybe like a short film or like a single Netflix type season for Worf being a captain, but not a full 26 episodes.
Yeah, no. Well, nothing goes 26 episodes anymore.
No.
Resolute Germ, since I'm guessing you have access to Google right now, I can't because I'm on my phone. How many episodes in each season of the animated show? Because I'm not sure. I just know that when I bought the DVD, it was only a single pack compared to all the others were each season.
Yeah, Nimoy would have a run at it too.
Well, yeah, because he's got 2, or he has a cameo in one of the JJ films. He was the main character in one of the JJ films, and he was in a couple episodes of Next Generation.
Yeah. And then all of TOS.
Well, we all know that Michael Dorn still has the top spot.
Yeah.
I think someone could make a video about this. Who's, other than, who technically has more on-screen time? Kirk, Spock, Picard.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd be able to get a top 5 though, would you?
I don't know. To me, you'd have to do the math on it.
Yeah. And there'd still be people who would argue it.
All right. Thanks, guys. As I said, I didn't look it up on Google, but when I bought Star Trek the Animated Series, it was just in a single case, similar to the every other season of the show got its own case of like Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, DOS.
So who do you want to see come up on Picard, who we don't know is coming up? Who hasn't been announced?
I want to see what happened to Lore, the android, not Reloaded.
Yeah.
Or Runner.
That would be kind of cool.
Because right now, my head theory is that the reason the androids went nuts was because they were actually based on Lore, not on B4. And I still think someone tampered with them, but the flaw was because of Lore, not because of B4.
Yeah. Yeah, you could explore a lot with Lore, especially with Hugh already on screen.
Yeah, that'd be even better.
Because Hugh's already there.
Is it the same actor?
I think so. But don't quote me on that.
Hugh? What?
I mean, I watched episode 3 yesterday, but they didn't make it clear that that's actually Hugh. They said his name once.
Yeah. But that could get interesting. Especially if they're on opposite sides of the table.
Jay, have you seen the second or the third Picard episode?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Yeah, the doctor character that was helping out the robot chick.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be Hugh.
So the guy with the sort of temporary, the leftover implants and the two different color eyes.
That's supposed to be Hugh. They only said his name once that I remember.
Because I remember them saying that he was supposed to be coming back and it was going to be the same actor.
All right, according to Darth Revan, yes, it's the same actor and the same character.
Okay, so it's him.
What do you mean, Darth Revan, about them looking so rough?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he means by that either.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Well, see, I haven't seen episode 3, so does he still have all the implants? Or are they gone?
Other partial implants in his face.
Okay. Well, that would explain the scarring then.
Well, I would make it as, and this is just my own headcanon, Darth, but I'd say that Hugh was actually one of those created by the Borg babies types that grew up in the collective while Seven was still assimilated into the collective. So maybe there's a big difference between why their skin is different.
Yeah, they've never really explored that. The difference between the grown drone and the assimilated drone.
I think they just wanted to abandon that.
Yeah, probably. Let's throw that idea.
Or maybe because the EMH did the reconstruction of her face and stuff. He just did a better job than Hugh needed, and Hugh just didn't care as much. So he's like, I just wanted to get rid of the implants. I don't care what I look like. Who knows?
Plus, I think Seven had it done multiple times. So, like you said, it was a better job from an EMH. The doctor, I think.
And I mean, the doctor had the full Voyager med lab, whereas Hugh, when we left him in TNG, was
who knows what technology they had.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll have to rewatch the episode, Darth, but I think when she was speaking the language, she was actually speaking the language to a corpse, because I don't think it was actually alive still, was it? Again, I only saw the episode once, and it was yesterday.
I'm pretty sure it was dead. She was just saying something like, you can go in peace now or some shit.
see, what I'm wondering is if the Borg that's in Picard are not connected to the collective, but are the remnants of the ragtag group of Borg that Hugh had.
Well, I think, and again, I'm not sure because I've only seen the episode once, and I'm just guessing, but I think what happened was they assimilated one of those rogue faction Tal Shiar ships, and the people on that ship are so fanatical that it did something. They had something wrong with their brains, and that's what caused the failure of the Borg, and they decided to sever that entire ship from the collective. Whatever secret that this Tal Shiar have is probably what caused the drones to go nuts and be severed. But that's my guess.
Because wasn't Hugh going to try to like free the Borg and the collective? Wasn't that kind of like his shtick?
I don't know. I don't remember. That was a bad episode of Next Generation.
Yeah, it was, but all that aside. Oh, of course, I gotta check the Discord. Feel like anti-tracker.
You feel 3 feet tall and hairy?
Let's see here. Ah, okay. All right. Cool. Thanks, Revan. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so basically he didn't have the doctor's skill. Just looks like it was probably done a lot. Yeah. But I mean, you can explain that away by what was available.
Well, I know the books aren't canon to the series, but as I said, in the books, Hugh was one of the, was a Borg that was born a Borg, and he wasn't assimilated. In fact, they made one of the books was talking about trying to actually grow him a pair of nuts so he can impregnate his girlfriend.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. I mean, they don't put it in that terminology, but I'm just dumbing it down.
Oh, okay. I still want to know where Sci-Fi Nation went to. Sci-Fi, you okay out there? Just, say hi. Did you get abducted by Turtistan or something? You went bye-bye.
Where's DJ when you need him? I know he's got Sci-Fi's number.
Yeah, he's just kind of disappeared on us here. He's still on the stream. He's not muted. But he's just gone yoga vanish on us. Resolute Germ says they're going to have the Borg collective destroyed by Janeway. Can't have a woman look weak, can they? I don't know if they're even going to bring that up.
And in all honesty, I hope they don't. I mean, I like strong female characters, but Janeway was batshit crazy, and I don't like the idea of her being the one who destroys the Borg.
Well, she destroyed a Borg queen.
So did Picard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen a queen, die.
Bullshit. She didn't destroy nothing. You humans always thinking in such third dimensions.
In fact, if you watch again, you guys should probably read the books more often. But Janeway actually becomes a Borg queen in the books. Yeah. Basically, they disable a Borg cube, and she goes to the cube, and the cube actually assimilates her. Not like she wasn't injected by another drone. The cube itself assimilates her and turns her into a queen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then her Borg cube goes and eats Pluto.
Nobody cares about Pluto. It's not even a planet.
See, that's the best part. They actually made a joke about that when the Borg cube eats Pluto. They said something. I can't remember who said the line, but it was like, they ate Pluto, and then like, they ate one of our planets. Like, oh, did Pluto get renamed to a planet again? No, it's not a planet again.
What do we think of them smoking in Picard? I don't really care. I mean, yeah, it's they're it's frowned upon, and they've said previously that they've evolved past that. But I mean, that's on Starfleet ships. This isn't going to be on a Starfleet ship. So you've got your ragtag rule breaking people, if they go the way I think they're going. But
well,
not everybody has evolved. Same sense.
Yeah, I never liked the premise that humanity was that far evolved. I think maybe society was evolved, but not the species.
Yeah, like you have your society is here, but you're always going to have your bottom of the barrel, and
it's not necessarily bottom of the barrel. It's
but
people that just want to say "fuck you," I'm not living by your rules.
Yeah, you're always going to have that.
That would be.
I want to answer Darth Revan. Yeah, her birthday was a few weeks ago. We ended up just having a nice dinner with my roommates, my girlfriend, and her. My roommate tried to make her a birthday cake, but failed. So we used one I bought.
Sorry, but birthday cake failures are the funniest.
Well, she was trying to make it completely homemade, but she added way too much sugar to the frosting, and it wouldn't set correctly. So
the wife tried to make me birthday cake. I had my birthday a couple weeks back. Tried to make birthday cake, but I think it was either the flour or something. It was something that was wrong with it. It was too moist. And
okay, I'll be right back, folks.
It came out and it just fell apart. I'm like, this tastes good. Nom 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 nom.
No, I once tried to make a cake, which, by the way, I cannot cook using an oven. Give me a microwave and a grill, and I can cook damn near anything. I have to use the oven or the stove. I suck. But I tried making a cake once, and it came out with the consistency of cornbread.
Cornbread's yummy.
Yeah, but not when it's supposed to taste like vanilla.
Yeah, I can't make cornbread properly. Every time I try, it's either way too dry or way too wet.
Yeah, I'm just your stereotypical guy when it comes to cooking. Give me a flame and a grill, and I can do a whole lot of stuff. I've even cooked pizza on a grill.
Oh, it's not very hard.
But when I have to try to put something in the oven, I screw up all the time. What'd you say?
I was just welcoming Amy to the chat. She's a friend of mine that lives here. So.
Oh. See, I'm on the StreamYards chat, so it's a lot. There's a lot of lag for me.
Yeah, it just popped up in the Streamlabs.
We have a female. Ooh,
You know what the scary part is? Because I know that last name. If that's indeed her last name.
Oh. When I think of Richie, I think of Richie Poole.
No, it's just me and Rambling both live in the same city.
Yeah, so does Amy.
I'm on the panel with 3 freaking Canadians. Great. And one of them's quiet.
But see, I don't know what. I'm getting kind of concerned for Sci-Fi because he's not answering. So I don't know. I'm kind of getting a little concerned.
Dude could have fell asleep.
I hope it's just that.
Yeah,
He's been up for at least 24 hours, and he's an old timer. Well, compared to me.
But yeah, he's gone silent on us, and I don't know.
Well, Canuck says that he messaged him on Facebook.
Yeah, I messaged him on Facebook. He hasn't got back to me yet.
The only other way I've got to contact him is Twitter, and in order to go to Twitter, I have got to close the stream.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And Amy is bugging him because last night on Sci-Fi Nation's channel, Rosetta made a joke, and when we started bugging Sci-Fi, that he waxes. So that's why maybe he's waxing.
I don't know how dudes could wax.
Well, right now, I'm not actually bald. I haven't shaved both my head or my face in a while, so I've actually got like a full beard, but I've got my traditional bald spot because I've got a less hair in the middle top of my head. And that's only because, and I'm only going to say this because I know she's not going to actually watch it. Even though we've been together for 3 years, Mrs. Vile has never seen me without facial hair, and she really wants me to shave. Well, her birthday is coming up at the end of February. So my present for her is I'm going to shave everything off my face, including my goatee, which will only be the 3rd time in over 25 or almost 25 years that I will have not had any facial hair.
You have to update your picture then.
I'm sure there'll be pictures. Because the first time I shaved off my facial hair was when my mom bugged me that she wanted my senior picture to not have facial hair. So for my senior picture, I didn't have facial hair. The second time was when the Vile Child's mom left me. I decided to shave it off, and then the Vile Child did not like that. So I grew it back, and I haven't had it since. I've had it since. So.
Oh, my graduation year from high school, I had a mohawk that was 1.5 feet high, and my mom made me shave it off. The grad pic. It's 1.5 feet high.
Yeah.
Purple.
Revan, if you can, sorry for interrupting. Revan, if you could tweet him on Twitter. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm genuinely concerned. Because he just went silent, and he's not muted, so I don't know if he's okay or what, but I hope everything's okay. Just having technical issues or something.
Yay, sink laundry's done. Dishes. Now I get to make them dirty again.
Oh.
Did you send it to him on Facebook or Twitter, Germ?
Well, he went eerily quiet. Twitter, okay. Well, I sent him one on Facebook, and you sent him one on Twitter, so hopefully he messages back to somebody soon. 'Cause, yeah, I hope everything's okay.
And I know messaging him on Steam is worthless because he's always on Steam.
He might just have some real life stuff he has to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would imagine we'd be able to still hear it because he's got his mic unmuted.
So, what's everyone's thoughts on whether it happens or not? Does anybody really want the Section 31 show?
Yes and no, but I'm going to let Jay go first.
Definitely Section 31 would be interesting. Depending on how they depict where it originally came from. If they show that, if they show it originating how they spoilers if you watch Discovery at all, where they try and show a starting of Section 31. I don't know if they would use that or just start something new.
Resolute Germ says, no, I'm done. It would be STD all over again. Darth Revan says, I'm done with prequels. So what do you think, Val?
I think a Section 31 show could be done really well if they did it right, as in I think the best way of doing it is having put it in the TNG or DS9 era, or maybe post Nemesis, but have a star cadet type character and have him inducted into Section 31. But he's kind of like an idealist, season 1 Bashir.
Okay.
And have him be the one making all these really tough choices, I got to kill this one person to save a planet, and have him struggle with that moral decision and come to the decision that he does have to kill this one person to save the planet. And then have that further go on each season where he gets to make harder and harder decisions, but they come easier and easier for him to make because he gets more detached.
That could be interesting.
Basically, a Star Trek James Bond.
Some along those lines, but I don't like the way everything I've heard about what they're going to do for Section 31 so far, I haven't liked.
And John DeMarco says, I think Section 31 has been overdone recently.
Yeah, I'd say because of Discovery, it's been overdone.
Mm-hmm.
But
see, with me, I think as long as they show both sides and they don't just make it like Section 31 is to blame for everything and anything that ever happened in Star Trek, I think it could be interesting, but you've got to have something else there other than just Section 31. You know, I don't know. And depending on what era they put it in, too, will depend on how good it is, because you could easily mess things up by changing things. Darth Revan says, I would have Section 31 show where the captain notices time travel and creates Splinter Group who travel in time to create Daniel's group.
No, I'm tired of time travel.
I mean, at that point, you're going from Section 31 to the what were they called?
The Temporal Cold War?
Yeah, the temporal police in Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, No, I'm done with time travel. It's been used too much in Trek as a justification for things. I mean, the whole Voyager Endgame episode, Star Trek 4, Star Trek First Contact. Done
Okay,
too much.
here's another question. Can Discovery be saved?
Yes, kill off Michael Burnham.
Well, what else did they have to do?
Put Saru in command, Tilly in second command, and turn it into a TOS type show where it's episodic and stop with the overarching plots, because it does not work for that type of show. It might work for Picard, but it's not going to work for Discovery.
See, for me, my major problem with season 3 of Discovery is going to be what the hell can they actually do? Because they've now put Discovery 900 years in the future. And so my theory is, well, okay, you've got Discovery. It shows up. It's going to be outclassed, outgunned, out-armored by anything, including a garbage scow.
Well,
that it comes
I don't
across.
think they're
So
gonna
you can't have it fight anything because it's not going to be. I mean, come on now. So it'd be like, bringing up a Sherman tank to face an M1 Abrams. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I hate to do this because, it's Andromeda, but think of Andromeda. Yeah, the Discovery was the pinnacle of its technology in its day. So was the Andromeda Ascendant. It gets stuck in time for 300 years, and then it comes out, and it's still a badass ship because technology has actually regressed in that 300 years.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
we know the
thinking
opposite.
that's what they're going to end up doing is technology is going to regress to make Discovery the biggest, baddest ship in the universe.
When you've got ships like the E, like like you put Discovery versus a Sovereign.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have it that way. Is the Federation is going to be gone, and technology is going to regress to like pre-Enterprise standards.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to pull some kind of magic bunny because I mean, seriously, if you go that if you go that far in advance, I mean, you're like I said, you're dealing with the problem of you're driving you're driving a Sherman tank and you're going up against an Abrams, which is pointless at that point. And Life with Matthew has joined the chat. Hello, Life with Matthew. How are you doing this evening?
Howdy, Matthew. And I don't think the Sherman versus the Abrams is a good example. It's more like a Chinese junk is transported into the future, but that future is where everyone just has Viking boats.
Yeah, I don't see how. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but to me, or another one that I used in one of my videos was the example was you're bringing a first-rate ship of the line, and you're coming up against the Bismarck.
Well, today it depends on the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if you have a brand new ship today. If it's just a yacht, it's still going to get sunk by the Bismarck.
Well, the Discovery in that analogy would be a ship of the line, like a sailing ship, first rate. We'll give it. We'll be nice and say it's a first rate.
Sorry, I had to yawn. Even I'm getting tired.
But see, that's my issue with it. It's just the Discovery is going to be so out of date. It just, I don't think it was the smartest decision they ever made.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to pass too much judgment until I've seen it, but I'm just basing it on the idea of Andromeda.
Yeah, and I get your point. I mean, Andromeda came out, and because of the war, there wasn't as many advancements, so it was still pretty much the top of the line ship.
But as I said, the only way I can think of it being explained is technology is regressed.
Yeah, well, it would have to be, yeah.
So, and it's not like that hadn't happened in history before, but
no.
I don't think it'd be that to extent, and it's much different when you're talking about something as large as, you know, the galaxy versus, you know, a couple of continents.
True. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see which way they go with it. But yeah, if they don't put Saru as captain, that's going to be a major screw up.
Yeah, if they do something really stupid like have Burnham put in command, I will be pissed because I'm tired. Again, I like strong female characters. I do not like Burnham because she's too good at everything. You need to have at least one major flaw.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. It's just for me, Saru makes more sense, and she can move up to first officer, but not captain right away.
No, I want Tilly as first officer.
I don't know if they do that. Because you got to think if their two main competitors for the captain's chair is Burnham and Saru, then whoever doesn't get the captain's chair is getting the first officer chair.
Well, see, I think Burnham fits better as the science officer. That way she's not so great at everything. Turns out she admits that she sucks at being in command, and when she's in command, people die. So she humbly accepts the third officer position and science position. But let's face it, her character would never allow that.
No. She's either first officer or captain.
Oh, Darth Revan, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I might have to watch it afterwards.
Oh, if that's in the trailer, that scares me.
And John DeMarco, in universe, she doesn't seem to have a lack of charisma because everyone in universe is in fucking love with her.
She's the alpha and the omega in universe.
I mean, I couldn't believe when they brought up the fact that, it turns out Lorca's from the mirror universe and he was fucking her mirror equivalent and was in love with her mirror equivalent, and that's why he did everything and released her from prison is because he was actually in love with her. God damn it, he was in love with her. Spock, technically still in love with her because it's a brother sister type love, but it's still love. Saru, I think of you as my sister, so it's still a type of love. Mm-hmm. Tyler falls in love with her. Everyone fucking loves her. Just have one person on the ship that says, "You know what? I hate your guts."
But that's so against, everybody's gotta get along. Everybody's gotta like each other. And nobody follows orders anymore. Chain of command. Bah! Just do whatever you want. Who needs a chain of command?
Whatever happened to being told jump and you don't ask how high?
Yeah, you just start jumping till you're told to stop.
Yep.
In all honesty, I think that's why I like Tilly as a character so much. She's not the smartest necessarily. She's definitely not the best on anyone's scale, but she tries, and that I think is what's important.
That's a ginger, right?
Yeah.
Yummy.
And John DeMarco points out, the only person that didn't like Burnham ended up smashed into a rock. So maybe it's just a good idea not to show your feelings that you don't like Burnham.
Oh, is he talking about the guy that on the pods?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the things that pissed me off the most about that was the whole, oh, I know, we'll use the pods. How do you know they're good? Oh, I was one of their test pilots. Ugh!
I mean, the Michael Burnham's hit plan is better than most mobs, so maybe these people are smart enough not to decide against her. Look what happened to the last dude.
I want more Barkley type characters in my Trek. I want, more Spocks and more, flawed characters that try.
So you want more characters that have unhealthy holodeck fantasies?
You know what? It humanized him to a point that we hadn't seen at all ever in Next Generation.
Yeah, I know. I'm just bugging you.
I want more O'Briens.
Yeah, more O'Brien.
Yeah.
O'Brien was
definitely
a great engineer, and he was a cuck by his wife. So you know what? It showed that he had flaws.
He was an enlisted man.
Yeah, Nog had flaws, and he was a great character. Cisco had flaws, and he was I do believe like Laura's right that he does belong in jail, but he was a great captain. Janeway was always too perfect for me. Chakotay was too much of a yes man. I liked the hologram. I liked Ensign Kim. I even like Tom Paris. But I don't like
Paris
the
was a
perfect
smart
characters.
ass.
They're not fun.
Well, you can't have a character that you can't put in jeopardy because everybody knows. Well, that ain't gonna happen. I mean, even Kirk. There were certain times where you're like, "Oh, is he actually getting out of this?" You could believe that even Kirk is in danger. Now, the main characters, you just know, no, there's no bloody way that this is ending badly.
Yeah,
I mean, they even did it to Picard.
I was going to say, Darth Revan makes a good point. Worf was incredibly flawed by his own race. He was too Klingon for Klingons, and he was still not even living above them or with them.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he was too Klingon for Klingons. I'd say he was too Klingon for humans and too human for Klingons.
Well, I think he was too Klingon for Klingons because he had more honor than the entire High Council in that one episode. I mean, he was, before Martok, he was the quintessential Klingon, and he wasn't even raised by them.
Yeah, true. I'll give you that. I mean, he bore a false accusation just to save the Empire, which other Klingons wouldn't have done.
Exactly. Take Geordi. I'm not talking about his blindness. I'm talking about the fact that he was horrible with women.
Yeah.
It became a joke on the show that he couldn't keep a relationship, but he was still a great engineer.
He was creepy, making moves on women he doesn't know, and making programs, holosuite programs about them.
But what I'm saying is that's a very human thing to do.
Well, yeah.
Humans make mistakes.
Yeah, it humanized the crew. Whereas Burnham, it's just
Burnham, the universe of Discovery revolves around her.
Yeah.
No show should be so dependent on a single character that the removal of that character destroys the show.
Or at least, give her give her some weak points. Even or shown in not so much of a positive light, or to save the day, or needed to be saved. I mean, Picard, Cisco, Kirk, everyone needed their butt saved at some point. Whereas with her, no. I think that's a mistake.
I mean, as weird as this might sound, after this setup of the 3 episodes with Picard, I could believe that Picard could die in the next episode and they'd still have a show.
Yeah.
And they did it really well by having the doctor join the crew. The cybernetic doctor lady.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Picard ends up having a heart attack. But you know what? I'll still pay you to help me find this Dodge clone girl thing.
Yeah, it would be relatively easy to write it in. But I mean, if you, even Superman had to have kryptonite because you needed something to weaken him. Otherwise,
sorry, can you rephrase that last thing? I would love a Captain Dax show, because I'm not understanding what you're trying to get across.
Like even Superman needed a weakness. Otherwise, you don't read the comic because nothing's going to beat him.
Well, in all honesty, I think Superman is more of the character who his main weakness is all his strength. It's the fact that he is a god among men, and he has to try to live as a man sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question here.
All right.
I recently started watching that show, Krypton. Growing up, I never followed Superman or anything like that, and I think that show kicked ass. Why the hell did they have to cancel it?
I don't know. I never saw it.
Yeah, neither did I.
Oh my god. You guys need to find it and watch it.
Well, the problem is, I haven't seen a single streaming service carry any of the sci-fi channel shows. Because it's not on Hulu and it's not on Netflix, and they're the only 2 I've had access to.
Download something called Kodi.
I try to stick to legal methods.
Oh yeah. I'm in Canada, so we don't get slapped. Still the Wild West up here.
The Wild Great North.
Yeah, something like that.
God damn it. I think I'm coming down with coronavirus.
I think it's just a byproduct of living in Winnipeg.
No. The byproduct of I've had too many goddamn smokes today.
Oh, there's that too. Sci-fi. To sci-fi.
Canada and California are calling you.
Sci-fi Nation. Hello.
All right, on the count of 3, let's all yell Sci-Fi Nation. 1, 2, 3. Sci-Fi
Nation. Wake up.
Elephantitis.
I think he's got abducted by aliens.
Well, let's hope they don't probe him too much.
Or stick a giant satellite dish up his bum.
Well, if he really is a Newfie butt pirate, he might actually enjoy that.
Oh boy. All seriousness though, I hope you're okay, buddy.
Yeah.
You just nodded off or something. Pulled a bird or something, fell asleep live on stream or something like that. But
yeah, too much screech.
He got abducted by Clinton supporters. Oh, jeepers. Oh,
Yeah, I thought we were trying to stay.
hold
off
on.
I saw something.
Yeah. Sci-Fi, you there?
Come on.
Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi Nation. I heard him for a minute. Sci-Fi.
Wake up.
Sci-Fi Nation. Let us know you're okay, buddy.
Yep.
We're all worried about you. You okay over there?
We were.
Did you fall asleep?
Why would you do that?
He's talking. I don't hear him.
I can hear something.
Yeah, I can barely hear you, buddy.
Sci-Fi, say, I'm here and I'm happy.
He might have just walked away and completely forgot he was on. I've done that before.
I hope he's okay. Resolute Germ thinks he's talking in his sleep.
That's what it kind of sounded like to me.
Yeah. I think he fell asleep on us.
Well, then now I'm really worried because he said he'll sleep when he's dead.
Well, yeah, that's kind of been the catchphrase of the last little while. It's not good. I hope he just fell asleep on us and there's nothing else wrong.
Yeah, same here. Oh, just to go back a little bit, because I just thought about it. Yeah, the San Diego Gulls are in the AHL.
Okay.
They're related to the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh, okay. The farm team of the Anaheim. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're one of the best in their league.
Yeah, because they go up against. So they'd face the Manitoba Moose then.
Yeah.
My roommates actually have season tickets, so they usually let me go to a game or two every year. And both games I went to last season, they won.
Yeah, the Moose are pretty good too.
Yep. Good old moose knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy.
The Jets farm team.
I didn't realize the Jets were still a hockey team.
They weren't for a while, and then we bought the Atlanta Thrashers and moved them up here.
Yeah, in all honesty, I don't really know that many professional hockey teams. I mean, I know there's like the Red Wings, I know there's the Sharks, the Ducks, but that's usually about it.
No, Darth Revan. That's not my wrestling name. If I was going to be on a wrestling panel, I'd just put my mother's last name and be done with it. Which is McMahon.
No, I don't know. Moose Knuckle might be a pretty scary wrestling name.
Yeah.
You come in with the fucking leotard and it's all hyped up around your nutsack.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like me. Maybe Darth Revan. Although, hey, Darth Revan, should I show them the picture I showed of you earlier this morning? He's going to get mad at me.
My great grandfather was a professional wrestler.
Oh, cool.
I wasn't a professional wrestler, but I lettered it in high school.
It was Frenchie Champagne.
Say that again.
His name was Frenchie Champagne. His wrestling name.
Well, you can't get much more French than champagne.
Yeah, and it was in the AWA, like the early years.
No, when I was in high school, I was on the wrestling team, but there was only three kids in our entire district that were in the same weight class as me.
Yeah, but that's real wrestling.
Well, yeah. But here's the funny part. Out of the three kids that were in our weight class, a fourth one, they needed a fourth one to actually have us do join the league, any of the CIF stuff.
Yeah.
And the only person available was actually a woman. And nobody wanted a wrestler because we were like, what if we grab the wrong part? And our coaches were like, when you're on the ring, nothing's the wrong part.
So you did the old Trump and grabbed her straight by the cooter.
No, actually, she picked me up and threw me over her head. And I was 320 pounds at the time.
I would have been like, do that again, baby.
No, I ended up pushing her out of the ring, and that was all I could do. And I'm not saying she was fat either. She was like solid muscle. And she was like 6'6". It was nuts. She was actually taller than me.
It just went for the ankles.
Okay, so Darth Revan here is saying that I have to check my Discord, and I know he wants me to check my Discord because he wants everyone to see the picture of him out for a walk this morning. So what I'll do here is I'll show you. I showed it this morning. I'll show it again because he keeps bugging me to go to Discord. So here we go.
All right, hold on a sec. I'm going to try something on my phone.
You're after me, Lucky Charms.
Oh, let me see. Is it showing up here? Yeah, there we go. So there was Darth Revan out for his morning stroll. There, I checked Discord. Happy now, Darth Revan?
Oh, darn, I missed it.
Oh, here. I'll All right, so now we'll just wait for it to show. There we go. There we go. Now you see it now, Va?
I might have to add that to the March video just for fun because it'll be St. Patrick's Day.
There, I checked Discord.
I went to Discord. I'm going back to YouTube now. All right, could you guys hear that?
Hear what?
All right, he sent me a video. I'm gonna play the video. If you guys can hear it, though, I'm gonna turn it off again. So you guys, I'm gonna turn off my mic so you can't hear it. So do you hear this?
No.
No, you're good.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna watch it and then I'll give my reaction to it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to really put the trailer up because I'm not really good at that whole pause, and I don't remember exactly how long you can have it on before they nail you with copyright. So, yeah. Typically, I just use like still pictures from trailers when I react to them, but I'll watch it later. But I won't put it on the channel because I don't want to get nailed with a copyright, and CBS is really, really good at doing that. But thank you, Revan. I'll check it later. Somebody needs to go wake up sci-fi.
Yeah, he's right. They end up turning Burnham into Galaxy Savior. They're doing the same thing fucking Andromeda did in making Space Jesus, except now it's Burnham.
Why? Nah, we knew it was going to go that way. We kind of hoped it wouldn't, but I mean,
see, I didn't like it when they turned Kevin Sorbo into Space Jesus. I'm not going to like it when they do the same to what her name? Something Green.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't get it.
And what's funny is I don't hate Discovery as much as other people do. I just don't like her character.
I couldn't watch it after season 1. That's just my honest. I couldn't do it. I just could not watch it after season 1.
Well, as I said, I just didn't hate it, but I mean, I'm not saying I liked it by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still appreciative of it in the respect that it's keeping Trek alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I know most people are like, "Oh, it's killing Trek." Well, no, it's still bringing new people to Trek. It's still keeping the name of Trek alive, and it's keeping the company who owns Trek making Trek.
Yeah. From that aspect, yes, but at the same time, it's like I just couldn't watch it. Just couldn't do it.
And unlike a lot of people, I actually like the design of Discovery, the ship.
I don't.
Except for the long ass nacelles. You cut the nacelles in half and you fill in the gap between the saucer on at least the middle gap, not the one around the bridge, and you got a half decent looking ship.
Yeah, but I mean, and that spore drive needed to go.
Yeah, the spore drive was dumb.
That needed to be. Somebody was on shrooms. That's just no. The Discovery itself, like the nacelles are way too long. It just makes it look wrong, and the saucer pisses me off. But
I think the saucer should have been a little bit bigger, and it shouldn't have had that gap where the spore drive part spins around.
Yeah, that.
I could understand it being recessed, but not a full gap.
Yeah, it just
and the gap around the bridge. I'm not too. I don't hate as much because I actually thought that was kind of cool on the Vengeance. But
yeah, I guess
that was the only good thing about the Vengeance.
Yeah, I didn't really like the Vengeance much.
I'm gonna try some.
I mean, the Vengeance just pissed me off because of its sheer scale when it came to other Trek ships.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the fact that
the size of the damn thing.
Well, the Connie class should not be the size of a Galaxy class, and you shouldn't have something the size. It's 3 times bigger than. I mean, it just does not make sense for what we know of Trek, and that's what I don't like.
Well, what bothers me the most about it is the premise of it. It's a secret ship built in total secrecy.
That'd be cool, right?
In the Sol system.
Yeah. But here's the problem. I could understand that if you get a ship something like the Defiant size, right? Okay, Defiant size. Okay, that I'll buy. But
I can buy that too.
You're telling me that nobody noticed the requisition for all this shit to make that size of a ship? Seriously? Nobody noticed this?
Hell, I could believe they would make a half dozen Defiant size ships before I'd believe they build one Vengeance size.
Especially to keep it secret.
Yeah.
right? The bigger the ship, the harder it's going to be to keep it a secret, especially doing it in this whole system.
I mean, think about how the Expanse handled the stealth ships. Those weren't the largest by far, but they were, stealth ships. They were powerful. They were able to remain hidden.
Well,
and they weren't built by.
Seen it, so.
Oh, you haven't seen the Expanse?
No.
Well, it's all in the first season anyway. So, but it makes sense that a secret entity would be able to create those ships. But it does not make sense for a branch of Starfleet to be able to build a ship that size, designed by frickin' Khan.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because I mean you could get away with getting spare parts for this or that or siphoning off supplies to build a Defiant size ship. But to build something that big without anybody noticing. And okay, people could argue if you go to the Star Wars world, well, they did that with the Death Star. Yeah, but that was under a. It was
also in a different franchise where it happened in the first fucking movie, so it was more believable.
Yeah, and it wasn't right in the open. They had it hidden away.
It made it understandable because it was the first movie. When it comes to Star Trek, we have 10 movies and 5 different series of over 20 or almost 30 freaking seasons total.
Yeah, well, it's not like they built the Death Star over Coruscant. Which is basically what you're trying to say they did with Vengeance, is they built it right near Coruscant. Which doesn't add up.
That's one way I disagree with Andy Trekker a lot. I think Into Darkness was the worst of the JJ films, and Beyond was the best.
I didn't mind 2009. Into the Darkness, I wasn't too happy with. And Beyond, by that point, I was already kind of, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to really put my brain in my head when I watch it kind of deal. I'd already basically tuned out.
Well, I as I said, I just happen to like how Beyond took a couple of different risks, like actually fully destroying the Enterprise, using a ship like the NX class, or at least similar to it. And unlike a lot of people, I thought Yorktown was freaking beautiful. And I thought it was a very interesting design to have it like that. And to me, Yorktown felt very Federation.
I have to go back and rewatch Beyond because it's been a while. Because I think I only watched it the one time. And I have to go back and watch it again. But 2009 was okay. Into Darkness annoyed me because of the Vengeance and just the premise of it.
Yeah, the fact that was Khan pissed me off. That should not have been Khan. It should have been another genetically engineered person if it was going to be something similar.
Yeah. Yeah. And the whole Khan blood thing pissed me off.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That was dumb.
It was JG's attempt to redo Wrath of Khan with, Kirk dying instead of Spock.
Yeah.
And then bringing Kirk back because he couldn't stand killing him, I guess.
Yeah, but the whole role reversal was kind of jarring for me.
Yeah, but I flat out just did not like Into Darkness at all. Still not as bad as Insurrection, but it's pretty bad.
That movie pissed me off.
That was the last Star Trek movie I saw in theaters was Insurrection.
Well, Insurrection pissed me off because it was basically the same plot as Star Trek Generations, just 2 movies earlier.
Yeah.
Madman trying to destroy a planet to gain immortality. Except this time, instead of it being a planet of millions, it's 600 fucking people.
Well, also you have with Insurrection, I thought the actor choices were bad. Like the Admiral sucked.
Yeah.
He
was an idiot, and he was badly acted.
He had about as much stage presence as a rock. And just the way he delivered his lines, I didn't like.
I didn't like him at all either. He was a spineless jellyfish.
Yeah, he was just an idiot. It was all for the Federation. Bullshit.
Oh, and when people tried to argue, well, maybe it was Section 31. I'm like, Section 31 had Sloane. Sloane was a badass.
Yeah.
Doherty was a dotard.
He just... And I felt really hard to believe that he would be in that position. Right? Of all the people Starfleet sent, they sent this idiot? Then, of course, we got the famous Riker maneuver.
Well, I actually liked the Riker maneuver. It actually makes sense for him to come up with something that's stupid, but still have it work.
Well, it wasn't bad. Like it was. It's just, yeah. I guess they needed to have it in the contract that both of them were superheroes in the movie. You know, Picard using being a commando and Riker flying the ship. Yay. And
I know it's kind of bad. Or most people don't agree with it, but I liked the idea of the manual steering column.
I was just about to ask about that.
But I think it should have been introduced far earlier into the movie, saying, I've always wanted to try using it, but there's never been a good enough situation to do it. And then have him come up with the Riker maneuver and then use the frickin' thing. That would have made more sense. Instead, it was Deus Ex joystick.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just I liked the idea, but I thought the way they introduced it was corny as hell.
Oh yeah, but corny is not always bad.
No, I didn't say it in a bad way. I just thought it was like, are you serious?
It would have been much better if they'd introduced it earlier, or even on saying like, the captain's yacht has it, or the Delta Flyer has it, or the ship that Data had used a manual steering column.
Yeah,
something along those lines to show that it's not just something that pops into existence once in one frickin' movie for one fucking scene.
Yeah.
And then never mentioned again.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, isn't that convenient?
All ships should have had it.
Sorry?
I think all the smaller ships should have had it at one time.
Yeah, you would have think that Paris would have put it into the frickin' Delta Flyer.
Yeah, seeing as he's such a nostalgia freak.
I mean, that would have been perfect to have it added to, something like, oh, I want to add the manual steering column. Wink, wink to Insurrection.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I did like that they introduced the captain's yacht. That I was happy about. Like that whole, the way they brought out the captain's yacht was cool.
But again, the captain's yacht is basically a large runabout.
It's still cool. I don't care. It looked cool.
Yeah, but the runabout is still one of my favorite ships because I think it basically is what people think it is. It's an RV, or it's a space RV.
Yeah.
VW vans.
No, bigger than that. It's definitely a Winnebago.
That's too big.
All-purpose vehicle.
I don't know. I don't know if the joystick would have helped Deanna much.
Oi. Let us never speak of this.
There was no helping her.
No. But well, out of the next gen movies, which is your which do you think is the strongest?
For all its flaws, I still think First Contact is the best.
Yep.
Followed by followed by Generations, then Nemesis.
See, for me, it would be First Contact, Nemesis, Generations, and then if I really have to put it on there, Insurrection.
Yeah. As much as I've said I hated Into Darkness, I still think Insurrection is the worst Star Trek movie, followed by Into Darkness and then Star Trek 5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
The only real reason I enjoyed Generations was because of what's his face, the guy that played the fucking bad guy.
Soren is his name in the film.
Yeah.
McDowell, something McDowell.
Yeah. I think it's Michael McDowell.
No, it's not Michael. Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, Malcolm. Any movie with him in it, I usually enjoy.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, go ahead.
I mean, Generations is a movie for me where I just look at it and go, there was potential, but you screwed the pooch.
I think Generations would have benefited from a much larger budget.
Yeah.
Get everyone uniforms that actually fit, not using stock footage from the previous Star Trek movie, Star Trek 6. Right, stuff like that. Maybe rebuild the sets a little bit so they didn't have to dim the lighting so much because it looked shitty on actual film.
Yeah, it I don't know. There's a lot of Generations just felt off.
I just think that was one of those problems you could have fixed with more money.
Or a less diluted story. Having to go into the Nexus to get this, to bring this.
No, I actually like the idea of the Nexus.
Yeah, I guess. It wasn't a bad premise. I think it was just... I just think it needed to be fleshed out more.
Maybe have a single line of technobabble explaining it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like Picard's experience in the Nexus, I thought was really well done. And the fact that they used Guinan in such a way where she admits that, yeah, she's just an echo. She's not really there.
Yeah.
That kind of made sense.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. But I always thought bringing Kirk in was a little forced.
I do like his final line, though. His final line was probably very in character for Kirk. That, oh my. Because he's truly doing, like as Shatner said, he thought, what would Kirk say? And it's the last time he's going to see something he's never seen or go where no one's been before type thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, for me, the movie itself, it just, I mean, to me, I've always said that the best thing that came out of Generations was the Enterprise E, but
Well, see, I like the Galaxy class. I always thought the Galaxy class was a sexy looking ship because of the curves and everything. To me, the E is basically Voyager with longer nacelles.
I guess.
Well, because the saucer goes directly into the engineering section, just like frickin' Voyager.
Yeah, but the E looks better. And it makes sense to because they're going into more of a battleship, so you're gonna want sleek. I mean, the Galaxy is your, pleasure cruise ship, and then your E is what you want to go into battle with.
Oh yeah, by far, I think the Galaxy should not have been a frontline exploratory ship. It should have been like an ambassadorial ship, something to show off the powerful economy of the Federation, that kind of stuff. It should not have been it should not have had gone into deep space at all.
Well, because I mean, just the fact that you have so many families on it, too.
Exactly,
I mean, it's yeah. You're gonna take a whole bunch of people into places and situations that, yeah, your officers, as it was always so famously repeated by people and throughout Star Trek, is, oh well, we've all taken an oath. Yeah, but the people who are on your ship didn't, and they make up half of your crew. So I don't know about this.
I mean, when you think about it, when the episode Rascals, where Picard and Guinan and Ro are all turned into kids.
Oh yeah.
They go to one of the schools on board because there's more than one fucking school on board the ship.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's how many kids they have. They have to have multiple schools.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the D was, it was a pleasure cruise. It was something you'd expect an admiral to have, right?
Yes.
Holding dignitaries, not your front line.
Not the flagship of your fleet.
Yeah. Like where you'd expect Picard to be on something like the Hood or
the Stargazer.
Yeah. Whereas instead of the Titanic or the Lusitania, or because that's what it was. It was just a big cruise ship with weapons for fun.
Well, I don't disagree with the fact that it should have had weapons because it's still a Starfleet ship.
Well, yeah, of course. No, it should have had weapons, but I'm just saying it's in the wrong role.
Yeah. And again, it's still one of my favorite ships of all time.
I like
to look at
the Enterprise D. I like the Enterprise D. I thought the saucer was a little too eggy in some of the in some of the models. That irks me sometimes. Because you'll get some of the models of the D and the saucer never looks right.
Well, it's supposed to be more elliptical, wide. It's supposed to be more wide than it is long. And some places, I think, tried to make it more circular.
Yeah, or they go too far that way, and it just looks off. I used to put together models when I was younger. It used to be my thing. Now I don't. But yeah,
the only set I ever put together that had the Enterprise D was a set that you set in plexiglass that had the TOS, Connie, the Enterprise A, and the Enterprise D.
Yeah, I had a couple of ships and cars. Cars were my big one. I used to do model cars a lot. Yeah, there's a 67 Camaro set that if you go to modeling stores, you can still buy it. That pissed me off because I bought it and I put it together, and right out of the box, the chassis does not fit the body. You have to cut the chassis to fit it into the body because some idiot, and they haven't fixed it. But yeah, that
when it comes to Trek models and stuff, I'm like anal retentive about scale. So I always want all my models to be the same scale.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a Defiant on my shelf that's as large as my Enterprise E.
Yeah.
Shit, that reminds me of a model my uncle did of the Space Shuttle Columbia. It was like an $800 model. Goddamn thing was 6 feet tall.
Wow. I remember the first time. Sorry, go ahead, JP.
It took 2.5 years for him to finish it, and it came with both the solid and the 3 boosters as well.
Mm-hmm.
And after he finished it, within a month, it was broken. One of his young kids had like knocked it over, and it just.
That was going to be my question: is did he have kids?
Yeah. So he wasn't happy.
Yeah, my dad had an old RC monster truck, and he bought the Gravedigger body for it, and he spent hours or months painstakingly painting this Gravedigger body to be match the real thing as much as possible. He bought new tires and axles and rims to make it look like the actual Gravedigger monster truck, just at a smaller scale. The first day he takes it out, he lets me drive it, and I plow it right into a fire hydrant and crack the body.
And you're still alive?
I couldn't sit for a week, but I'm still alive, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the body shells are maybe $25, $35 now.
Oh, this was...
You have to...
God, I was like 8 or 9 years old, so we're talking almost 30 years ago.
See, for me, my biggest piss off while making models, it was the first time because normally I had just done like cars and semis and trucks and that kind of thing. So it was the first time because my aunt knew I liked Star Trek, so she got me the Constitution. And it was my first time dealing with a Star Trek model. So I get the saucer and everything put together, and I'm trying to be as meticulous as I can. And I decided to attach the nacelles while I was at school. So I put them on in the morning, and I had them all propped up and whatnot. Well, at some point during the day, before the glue had completely dried, the supports had given way. So the nacelles dropped. And I was never so pissed because there's just the way it was. If I took it apart to redo it, it's never going to look right. So yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah, I remember my dad bought me a Star Trek Bird of Prey model. It wasn't like the large one; it was only like 5 inches across. But I made a huge mistake while painting it. So I decided to just strip all the paint off. But I thought, what's the best way I could strip all the paint off? Well, I just submerged it into half water, half paint thinner. And I let it sit for long enough that when I got back, it was a puddle of plastic at the bottom of the cup.
Oh. Well, what pissed me off is I had 20 cars, like different styles that I'd worked on for long time. I had the D7, the corrected Constitution, a Romulan Warbird, TNG era, 2 semi trucks, and they were all on my shelf. And due to things I won't get into, I was moving from Winnipeg to back to Ontario, and the person who I was staying with grabbed my models and threw them into a box. And I don't mean put them in a box. I mean threw them into a box. And I haven't restarted my collection since. Because I had like anniversary edition D7 model that I spent a year meticulously making sure that it was as good as I could do. And yeah, it ended up in 1,000 pieces at the bottom of a box. So yeah, wasn't very happy.
I could definitely feel your pain there.
And my 1969 Dodge Charger was in about 100 pieces. So. But yeah, the two modeling kits that pissed me off the most was that freaking 67 Camaro, because when you're putting together a model, you don't want to make too many alterations unless you're making like a hot rod or something. So you're trying and you're going, well, what am I doing wrong? And I sat there for 3 days trying to figure out what the hell I had done wrong, what I had glued in the wrong place, because the chassis and the body would not go together to save my life. And then I figured out that they had cut the chassis about a half an inch too wide, so it was never going to go into the body. So I had to take the hobby knife and cut the chassis so that the damn thing would go in. And then the first Constitution I did, where the nacelles ended up below instead of above.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Well, it's about 8:30 my time, and I'm supposed to call Mrs. Vile soon, so I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, I've been on for about 4 hours, so I'm gonna do the quick round the table here. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. I hope you wake up at some point, and I hope that's all it is that you fell asleep. Thank you, JP, for coming on. Thank you, Vile Mike, Bird of Prey 5. A special thank you to Momo Prey 5 for coming on the channel and sharing stories with us. We always greatly appreciate you coming on and hearing from you. I also want to thank everybody in the chat, and I'm going to end it here. So till next time, take her easy, folks.
Later, all.
Goodbye.